3 the last time. At that point,
We're
Aurora
live.
drives on public roads.
Excellent.
Now
Okay,
it's
we're
done
live.
over 100,000 miles, and you plan to expand exponentially over the next 2 years. And Jonathan, you study autonomous vehicles from a public health perspective, and you've searched public's acceptance.
A public health perspective for autonomous vehicles?
Trucking accelerates rapidly. Let's talk about the challenges.
Wait. What's the name of this one?
Society. There's, of course, all the negatives replacing drivers, although we don't have enough drivers, as most people don't know. So, Chris, explain what Aurora does.
Screw it. I can always adjust it later on.
Understand.
Right, let's keep it going.
Thanks, Kara. All the attention goes.
Almost $750,000.
Whatever Tesla's doing.
And they're doing pretty awesome things, certainly Waymo. So Aurora, we're on a mission to self-driving technology safely, quickly, broadly. And today we're focused on trucking. And so we have big Class 8 tractor trailers, semi-trucks, driving on.
What is that? Empty slot for that mod. What is this? What is that mod? I haven't seen that one.
Interesting hardware, things like LiDAR, radar, and cameras to see the world. Fancy.
Oh, I don't have that. Is that like an aiming thing? It must be, right? That's what I think.
As you said, we're the first and only company.
Where's a cool silencer? Silencer.
A person in the loop. Or
2 mechanical components and a bunch of wires.
And it's kind of
versus that.
So we have about a handful of them running today. By the end.
Oh, that makes it more accurate. That's what it means. That reduces noise.
Nobody on board, serving customers, delivering toilet paper and baked goods and whatever else you put in the back of the truck across the country.
And these are on highways, public highways, correct?
Let's go for night.
So today we're running on I-45 between Dallas and Houston. We also run between.
Actually, you know what? I'm sticking to what I had before.
In January, we expect to expand that to be out to Phoenix. So at that point, it's 1,000 miles. And part of the benefit, what we think we can bring with this is So today, there's somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 people killed in accidents with heavy trucks every year. We believe and we see a fuel economy benefit. So we've done modeling that says we expect between 14 and 34%.
$7,000. If I upgrade that, what do I get? That's a big increased fire rate.
So that's a big deal for you as a trucking company. And then for us as a society, that's a really big, meaningful impact for sustainability. And then, of course...
Oh, no. Wrong. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's basically like a full, solid thing now. So we love that.
It doesn't have an hours of service limitation.
Gun.
Almost twice as far as a person driving a truck can, without all of the negatives that come along with that person having to drive the truck, right? You should be very thankful for anyone who is willing to drive a truck.
That's right. Thank me.
There's literally nothing here.
You pigs.
But American truck drivers are 10 times as likely to die on the job as the average American. They have other health challenges.
Health benefits.
Substance abuse challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Spend time away from family. Really tough life. And so it's one of the reasons why...
Do I want to go in there with all this? Yes, I do. Let's just get comfortable with it.
But much like, the 20th century wouldn't have occurred without coal miners, it's also a really good thing we don't have people mining coal, or the same number of people mining coal as we do today. So that's how, as we think
You're looking at it. But they talk about the challenges. The public perception is you're replacing truck drivers, of which we don't have enough of, which people don't realize.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Is like, as I look to the future here, my expectation is that if you are a truck driver today, you will be able to retire.
Sod it. Okay, let's just go.
The shortage is that dire.
I don't know why. I have no idea why. Let me just talk you through my thought process here. I've upgraded this. So it's the Anvil, it's the maxed out level, it's got a silencer, it's pretty solid. Now, this is worth 9,000 credits versus this, which is what I'm used to using, which is worth 4. But I'm kind of wondering why not stick with this. Like, I've kind of got I've got a good formula, and if it goes, it's not like that much cash, especially when I'm trying to build up money. Okay, going for that. We're going for that. It's great. We're going for this.
Eventually, my expectation is there will be no people.
That's exactly what it is. It's me, fear of missing out. Hi in the chat. KNY. What? Magooty? McGew? You made that name up, no?
Less desirable of the truck driving jobs. The ones that people want are the ones.
Right, okay, let's just get on with this.
Every night, where they do more than drive the truck, where they go to the store and they help unload. They are the customer service rep, they're the sales rep, and that's the jobs that I think that what we're doing. Certainly.
So convincing people that you're not.
Hi. In the chat.
Is that your biggest problem? Not that you're going to be mowed down by an.
No.
Hello.
I think our biggest problem is our internal execution and just making sure that we continue to execute well. At this point, the technology is working and we can bring this to market. And then we just
Okay, let's jump in.
I think it's society.
Still in test, night mode. Let's see if we can grab some. Well, my overriding goal is to max out the what the hell you call it now, the exhibition stuff. For the next, well, it's 2 months from now, so it's February. The next one. Was I missed the last one? All right, where am I? Oh, Naval Lobby. Okay, so here's a cool place to go.
Elevate truck drivers into other roles in logistics.
So you're doing that part of it. Jonathan, what do you think the public feels about trucks?
And I'm in 7. Oh, god damn it! I'm 10 minutes in.
Trucks
Hi there, chat.
they're also truck drivers, just to the premise.
Okay, if I'm 10 minutes in, all the cool shit's already been taken. That's just a fact. Like, there's no point debating that.
However,
That said, you can still get points, so let's just get the points.
for the person or the object with struck.
Yeah, I've been there.
So terrifying.
Not in I'm close to it.
Oh,
Yeah. So I
okay.
think the public
Through.
acceptance of trucks is different to autonomous vehicles, just because of the physics involved. However, as Chris mentioned, as they kind of grow the platform and demonstrate safety, time and
Hello, chat.
then public trust will build.
Mr. what? T. Dixon? We'll call you that one, because there's no way I'm going to pronounce that first name.
These are safe and they're part of a kind of an integrated transportation system.
What
Okay,
do you
lobby.
think the public problem they face in rolling out trucks? Cars are different. We'll talk
There it is.
about that in a minute. Is it the autonomy itself or the job
Oh.
loss? You know, just no one's there, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's probably a collection of things, right? In our public policy and kind of public opinion research, we found that trust is an issue. The safety, the transparency, all of those become kind of one of the key pillars. But another one, which I think is often
Oh, they fucking
is social good. If the
following each other around like kids.
or autonomous vehicles are being used for social good,
That's
public
right.
double, in terms of acceptance of accepting these
Still
vehicles on
fair,
the
okay,
road.
cool.
So I think the industry can advance
Hey, how are you?
through forging
Hey there.
ability through safety, but also through demonstrating
Not
that
bad.
the social impacts are not only going to be minimizing job losses, but also serving society.
Right.
It's not up here. It's downstairs, I think.
Or they go through the night, so they're not as unsafe.
No
during the
worries.
day, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, because the computer never sleeps, presumably. So explain how the technology for people who don't.
Yeah, all the cool shit's going to be taken because I'm just way too late into the game.
I've been in them.
But I can still try and
But most people have not.
get some points in the meantime.
Cisco, they certainly have gotten initially hesitant.
You hear that?
Beefs with them and stuff like that. But in general, acceptance is rising. Those are commercial. Those are, consumer vehicles.
Shredder's
like a
gone.
taxi. Talk about the Aurora Driver and how it works.
No shredder.
People understand.
Okay, where are we
Yeah.
going?
So
Over
and
there,
my experience,
so-
by the way, has been very much the same as yours.
Down here.
You can get very skeptical people. And
Let's see. My hope is they're still trying to fight the Bastion, and if they are,
quickly goes from, oh my
that at
gosh,
least means I might be able to get some Bastion
that's kind
parts.
of all it does.
So we'll try to do that,
Huh. Okay.
which means I have to get to the loading bit.
Right.
Fucker, where are you?
Minutes or so.
Yeah. I had someone get in, and I said, "Look, you can text and drink," like, which is funny. It's a bad joke.
But there is
They laughed.
there's a thing underneath there, right? Which is our solution to problems like texting and driving, drinking and driving has been prohibition. And the challenge with prohibition is you want to do the thing that you're being told not to. The benefit with a technology like this is it enables you to do the things that you find more valuable, whether that's the social activity and drinking, or whether it's
No.
dealing with your text or your email, while also having improved safety on the road.
So explain what the actual.
Yeah, sorry. So
Oh, I know this part. It's completely, yeah, it's a completely pointless dead end. 0 point going through there.
person riding on board as observer, but they are not there to drive. They're not there to keep the thing safe. The way it works is we've got
It's the wrong way. It's under and that way. So what? It's down there?
Camera and a special laser we've developed in house that can see hundreds of
Yeah.
meters down the road. That's looking 360 degrees around the truck, understanding what's happening there.
Look for the sign for the
It's both figuring
corridor.
out
Here we go. Hey there, how are you?
traffic to get where it wants to go safely, but then literally thousands of times a second, it's also
Someone else.
checking the truck to make sure everything
But
is safe and operating as it should be. So
loading bay.
if something is broken, it can identify that and come to the
Right, let's see if the bastion's still there. If it is, we might get something good out of this. If it's not, then I'm just going to jump out and jump back and like find another one to jump into. Because everything's been raided. There's no point.
that I'm sure you talked about on the podcast. And in the
Am I hearing it walking around?
guardrails around them and allowing
I'm not hearing it walking around.
interpretable so that we can ensure that the concepts that
Yeah, it's completely... Okay, there's no point, right? I'm just going to get out. If I can't hit a bastion, it's gone. So all the cool shit's disappeared. There's no point in being here.
we can't afford to have
The risk reward is like not enough for me. Basically because if all the cool shit's been looted
hold cheese on our pizza. Right.
and there's no bastion to kill,
when I read it
what's
in
the
a text
point?
box, and it's disastrous operating at 70 miles an hour down the freeway.
Right.
And so by construction, we ensure
I just need to make sure that there's no screaming,
that are completely, ludicrous.
which of course there will be.
Guardrails.
Would it do that? Like, Cybertruck, I just think I shall run into it.
We do not run into something.
Gentle tap is fine.
And I think this is why you don't work.
Correct.
Yes. But no, so we do understand vehicles on the road. We understand people. We understand bicyclists. We understand trucks, Jersey Bear, like the stuff that matters.
Come here, you. Where are you?
The way we understand it, the way we interact with it. Again, we can make sure that it's actually responding to the painted lines, some random signal that it kind of divined in the background. And it's not, and that's not a problem. Experiments where we're trying to say, okay, how can we reduce the sense of input that's going to, and eventually we were like, okay, well, let's do no sensory input. And it turned out that more than 90% of no sensory input. Of course, you need to see what the drives. And it turns out that what it had been doing is learning the last 5 seconds. If I do that, the next 5 seconds, it's doing mostly right most of the time.
Right.
That's right. We need to be right.
That would be AI guessing, right? Essentially.
It's yes, and it's also it figuring out what it thought was a smart way to cheat.
Okay,
And we don't want it to cheat.
we're getting out.
We
You
want
want
to
it
make
to,
sure
whatever
it's
the
using
sensor happens
Yeah.
to
We're
be.
far too late in.
whatever the best signal, best way to interpret the data get from around it. I think one of the concepts is actually really interesting. What makes these things super
No rats.
is,
Good.
one, they can look in all directions at the same time. So if I'm driving down the freeway, I don't, maybe you've had this experience, right? You shoulder check, and then as you turn around, the vehicle in front of you hit the brakes.
Damn right, it's confirmed.
And it's kind of terrifying. The Aurora driver is looking at that vehicle in front of you, and the vehicle beside you, and the person stood on the sidewalk, and the person looking at the corner, and is thinking about all of them constantly.
Whoa, is that it now? Am I hearing it?
Person, we foveate.
Wait.
And we'll miss other actors. And that's a real opportunity for us as
For the
as
truck
we-
drivers,
as
right?
drivers and
But
safety.
but one of the things that you don't want you
Did
want
I miss the bastion
to trust
completely?
these instances, but not rely on that.
We certainly want to learn from them, and we use
Oh
that
shit, it's over there.
how we train the system.
Screw it.
But we
We'll
also
get out
want
anyway.
To represent things explicitly. So, as an example, there's this great study that looked at how often people actually stop at stop signs in America.
Never.
You're not,
It's me. Sorry.
you're not wrong. It's about
Yeah, we're going.
right? And so if you just train the system to look at how people drive, you'd have a car driving through stop signs.
Yeah.
And, maybe society would accept that, but I don't think they should. And so we want to be explicit about, okay, no, this is a real constraint,
Still got 49 grand worth of stuff out of there.
rather than hoping.
Although I have to say, we'll talk with Jar. You do notice autonomous vehicles, like they used to drive like your grandma, and now they drive like your aunt, who's a good driver and a little more aggressive. And I've just noticed they've gotten more.
Recycle does it.
And I
Okay,
think
so
finding that right, and I think you see exactly
Because
this.
then they were going too slow. You're like, really?
And that doesn't quite
Recycle.
work,
Yeah,
right?
really. The plastic bag, you're going to stop for the plastic bag.
recycle down to okay, no.
Please
So
don't. Yeah. And this is the art,
Okay.
and this is where some of these modern
So,
techniques become really useful, because you can say something like,
keep
you should stay 3 seconds behind.
recycle down to okay, yeah.
That's a good rule of
So
thumb, driving down the freeway. Most
anvil.
drivers
Oh shit, I found one in there.
maintain that. And we can do a little better because.
Oh no, I was carrying it around the whole. Jesus.
But what happens when that driver cuts right in front of you? Right, you don't want to hammer the brakes and instantly create 3 seconds of separation, but you don't want to wait until next week to have 3 seconds of separation. There's some natural process that feels human.
Night. Let's go again.
Acceptable of
Which
creating
they're
that gap.
learning as
And,
they're
and,
doing it.
and that's where these kind of modern techniques really come
Right.
forward from. Like we can say at steady state, keep, in our case, something less than 3 seconds, but roughly 3 seconds. And in transition, learn how to open that gap.
Right, because it matters a great deal more with trucks. So, Jonathan, you're bullish on autonomous vehicles and the ability to reduce traffic deaths, speaking of knowing when to stop. Talk about traffic deaths and injuries, because that, to me, is the greatest, one of the greatest inputs. And what are some of the potential externalities, for example, increased capacity of the haul freight could lead to more emissions, which would lead to negative health? The more we can do it, the more they will, essentially.
Thanks. This is a terrific question. Motor vehicle crashes are a public health crisis. I mean, we in this country alone last year.
Which we've accepted, like gun.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
And I think we've accepted it for really, terrible reasons. For the cost of doing business, for the cost of getting places. We've accepted last year, NHTSA, the US DOT's safety agency, estimates 39.
Get over it, bitch.
In 2024. And that's about 100 lives a day are lost in crashes. The potential for the autonomous vehicles and autonomy in general is that they can learn from their mistakes, which regular drivers, human drivers,
Hey there.
generally don't. Say, for example, I didn't sleep well last night.
Yeah, watch out. There's a wasp outside.
That meant that I was very, very drowsy, or I was impaired, or whatever it may be. Today, we allow anyone to drive, basically, and many people who may not be fit to drive. So I think the role of autonomy in getting to safety is critical. The challenges or the externalities that you point out is that autonomy will solve some safety issues, but then it will introduce new ones potentially. So right now, when I'm driving a vehicle, there's no privacy or cybersecurity threat. But autonomous vehicles as a system are vulnerable.
Well, there are some because they can program cars. And there's so much stuff in cars.
Look.
Today, right? There is. And the mix of the vehicle fleet such now is that is penetrating the vehicle, and there is kind of cyber and privacy.
Sugar mama daddy.
But if you look at the traditional fleet, I think it's a mix.
And the bastion's out.
Kind of
Right, let's do this and let's try to take on the bastion.
tech-heavy vehicles. And
These have been good to me. These ones right here. If you find this area here, this little corridor, these, I've found numerous blueprints in these over the last few weeks. Not every time, obviously, that'd be ridiculous, but from time to time, you do find one. So, make a note if you're watching.
Electric, right? Or except
Oh,
that's
shut up.
going hand in hand with these. And although we're seeing a decline in that today, just Ford just told us.
You're raising a terrific question about, the mobility system in general. Like, how will it play out in terms of convenience and access, public transit, what's going to happen to buses and trains, investment, and so on. Those are questions that we still need to figure out. I think the economic model of the autonomous vehicles themselves is also something that we're only at the very beginning of figuring out. And so understanding how this is going to scale to operate at society level is going to take some time.
A lot of human drivers are nervous around semi-trucks for good reason, right? But I'm nervous around every semi-truck in existence, actually. If the car gets hit by an 18-wheel on a highway, passengers don't do well, as you noted.
Right.
And even though autonomous trucks are much safer than human drivers.
It's not sounding crazy busy down here, I've got to be honest.
And often it's a human's fault, typically, right? I know that. I've seen this.
Anyone out there looking to take on the bastion?
They have, as we just talked, cyber attacks. So what are the failures that you're looking for now? And maybe explain what conditions are you particularly looking at right now as you move to hundreds of thousands of driving hours?
Yeah, so part of how we've approached this is to build something called a safety case. And because there's no silver bullet, I can't say do A and you're done. Our safety case is really
Robotics.
This, kind of holistic view at both the company and the technology to make sure that the thing that we put on the road is safe. So in our case, it's got 5 pillars. The first is that it needs to be performant. So when it's driving, that it responds appropriately. And we put the thing through something like 4.5 million tests to have conviction that,
Oh, fuck!
The second is that it has to be fail-safe. It's not okay for us to say, oh, that broke, that's why this accident happened. We need to be able to identify what might break. We do all these kind of systems engineering things like FMEAs and DFMEAs and hazard analyses that allow us to get convinced that, okay, we've thought about the way this could break systematically, and we've used that to design the system so that should that computer fail or this type
Right,
of
so I'm
that
thinking.
sensor fall off the truck, that the vehicle's
Right, I
going to
can't do
find a
that.
way
There's
to
no
respond
point. So let's
quickly
just
to that and
let's just
not go
collect
down barriers
things.
in the roadway. The next is we need to be
So
continuously improving, right? As you point out,
downstairs. Let's go
we're
upstairs.
infallible, and so we need to be able to have
Although-
processes at our company where we learn from what we see in the field, where we learn from our new experiences, and we feed that back in to refine the requirements, refine the system, and make it incrementally safer over time. We need to be resilient, which means that we need to foresee how people are going to misuse the technology, and importantly, we need to be robust to cybersecurity attacks or cyber attacks, right?
Which are open. That's one of the biggest challenges.
Well, it is. You know, I actually agree with you that today's vehicles have
Oh shit!
have enough footprint that you can do real damage with a cyber attack if you could do it in a broad-based way. It's a lot easier to
Motherfuck!
damage the vehicle by going up and physically touching it, right? And so I'm not particularly
Oh, no.
worried about any individual vehicle because it's just cheaper, easier to go and cut a brake line or step the tires or whatever. And so we do have, you know, 50-person cybersecurity.
But you're in the south. You're in the southwest. It's very straight roads and highways, which are standardized around the.
Bye bye.
It's good for you, and so you have something that's pretty. You know what a highway looks like. A highway is a highway,
I think that's one
and they're
part.
flat and warm. Correct.
They're not always warm. It's
But-
pretty cool temperature.
Okay, but it's not heavy snow.
It's not heavy snow. That's not really so.
Right, 39,000. I need more stuff. But someone's fighting it. That's good. That's a plus. It means there's something going on around here.
It's really the interaction with other actors on the road, and this is one of the places where I think people have had this misconception about, you know, city driving hard, freeway driving easy, and the
Looks
truth
like
of the matter is,
looks like the train's here as well.
most of the time driving down the freeway because it's kind of straight and it's, you know, it's pretty easy. The problem is we don't care about the most of the time.
Right.
That's not the
I'm never going to bother trying from this angle. I'll get killed
20 years ago.
way too easily.
What we really
Oh.
care about is those events. And what happens is all the crazy stuff you see in the city, you see on the freeway, which you're moving at 70 miles an hour with a hell of a lot more kinetic energy. And so we have to be really careful. In Houston, you know, 60 mile an hour traffic versus 24 across the
Oh.
down the road, right? And so we need to think about those when you design a system,
Right, where am I now?
even in those situations. Yeah.
I'm gonna look. Of course it's the other side. Of course it's the other side. Why would it not be the other side?
So, Jonathan, but people have to decide what's safe is enough, right?
Fuck, I have to go down?
But one of the things he said, when one
God
bad
damn
thing
it.
happens in one of his cars, it gets tons of attention. He's whining again about it. But he's right. Like, people get in accidents all day long. Or, you know, there's all this damage by gas guzzling vehicles. But we've sort of gotten used to that. What has to change? Is it younger people? What are the main factors? Is it just older people have to just die, and then like younger people are comfortable in that?
So, I think there's, well, hopefully, hopefully none of those bad things is going to happen. I think there's a paradox that you just pointed out, that we fall from vehicles to the highest standard of living to ourselves. And I think, you know, the truth is that it feels scary to put your trust in something that you don't understand or don't know how to relate to. I think there's also the challenge that which is that, you know, we've never answered this question before. Like, no one ever sat back and asked how safe is safe
Oh no.
for any of the vehicles that we have, for any of the systems that we have. So I think autonomous vehicles are forcing
Hey, careful.
us to ask questions that have always been there. These are deep questions. And I think part of this is also bumps up against morality. I think what we're really feeling the friction on is like,
Say what?
I don't want to be killed by machine. Well, guess what?
No. I mean, if I can take it down, I'll take it down.
Right.
But it's going to take more than just one person.
Is what do we want out of our transportation system? We want a safe system. Autonomous vehicles, because they're forcing us to
Shit.
kind of come to grips with things that we really haven't resolved for 100
Right.
Yeah.
That. So what's been jobs are good, and jobs, right? But you haven't been able to persuade the police regime. So talk about why they're pushing, continue to push this.
You know,
It's not a surprise.
democracy.
Boom.
Challenged in many states and pushed for requiring a driver in a driverless truck, and they've lost every time today, right? And I think that is because there's a compelling argument around road safety. There's a compelling argument around economic growth. There's a compelling argument around sustainability. And importantly, as you kind of alluded to, this is probably the biggest change in transportation infrastructure in a century. The internal combustion engine,
Yeah.
1914, right? That built the 20th century American success, right? That allowed us to have interstate commerce and grew that basically built America. Ultimately enabled us to win World War II, right? It was kind of the platform that lifted the American economy. This will be the next platform for transportation, and we cannot afford to cede that to.
Wait. Run.
And this is the other winning argument, right? China is pursuing automated vehicle technology aggressively, and I don't believe that
They are, indeed.
Aurora.
Although China's always like, China, whatever they want to.
Yeah, but there's a reality.
There's some.
Right? I think it's a concern we would have having the American internet run through Chinese hardware. If we're concerned about the bits, we should be concerned about the right? And then and I believe
I assume you have aspirations.
we would like to equipment around. It's much better for the world and better for the U.S. than having a Chinese.
There's certainly a lesson in BYD, which is taking
and collectively goes in the same way.
Thank you.
The Chinese doesn't do. Yeah.
So, Jonathan, we have seen this pattern before in transportation, these changes, the automation and improved safety, but also eliminated job categories. But in aviation, there used to be a pilot, a co-pilot, a commercial.
All right, we're getting out of here before I die, because my health is low.
But planes are safer than ever, right? Like for the most part, except in disasters. But from a public health and policy perspective, what happened with that transition? Because it's still a vibrant industry for some.
Right, if I die here, it's going to suck. And I mean bad style, because I've done quite well. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of planes could presumably just kind of fly themselves.
Right, I'm pretty much 100% shield. So this should be interesting. $55,000 worth. Okay, cool.
We can definitely look to the past.
Wait. What else do we need to keep?
Well, these transitions are going to take some time. I mean, I think I'm
Parts.
fundamentally
Drop that.
optimistic and bullish on autonomy and autonomous vehicles and trucking. But
That's worth a fair bit.
One thing to keep in mind, and perhaps it's not the kind of popular view, is that these transitions
Thank you.
take time. Right now, the vehicle fleet in this country takes about 10 years.
No, not now.
Every single vehicle sold was fully autonomous, and every truck.
Right, I can't die, otherwise it's going to suck so goddamn bad. And we're out. Cool, perfect.
So I think we've got time.
Okay, well, we got in there super late, but we were able to kill a Bastion, so that's the plus. So I got the rewards for that.
What's our pathway to get
Cool. Nice. 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 Nice.
social externalities like loss of jobs? Okay, that's part of our pathway. Let's prioritize that. Let's put that in the center.
It's all over the screen. What's all over the screen?
A clear vision or a coherent pathway to get there. And so I think that's part of the challenge that we're trying to resolve.
Yeah, clear vision and coherent pathways, not really a marathon.
Okay.
But Department of Transportation recently approved Aurora.
Recycle down to on that. Recycle. Recycle this. Recycle. Keep that.
The DOT says it's
Sell that.
specific to automated trucks right now. But
Recycle that.
what's going to take to get up?
Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Recycle that. Recycle that. Sell that. Magnet, nice. Recycle this. Actually, not now. I've got tons of those. We'll sell that. Water pump. Nope. Sell.
Well, you're under trucking regulations.
We're under trucking regulations.
Recycle this. No.
And there's
Sell.
always a backstop, right? That both at the state and
Oh,
federal
I'm full of those. Okay, what about that? Wow, I'm full. Right. Okay. I guess we better.
roadway, you can kick those vehicles.
Radar
We've seen
projects.
that actually in use with Uber back in the day.
It's all over the
where they
screen.
kicked out of both areas.
Materials.
And so
I actually don't know what that means. If something's bad, like give me a shout. You know. What's this? Water filter. So.
federal regulation, because this is fundamentally an interstate commerce issue, and that
Plenty of. God, I've got so much plastic. So much that. I've got tons of these. My God.
we don't need
Tons of
it.
springs. Snitch scanner. You can throw these. I know you can.
But there'll be certain states. that are more
Actually, no,
welcome.
keep that. It makes I need it. Metal brackets. Don't know.
Majority of US states either open to
Confirm. Sell that.
about this technology. And when it comes to the warning triangle thing, like again, great that we got this waiver.
Do I still need those? No, I don't think I need those.
But it's also common sense,
Right.
right? That truck drivers walking down the side of the
Okay.
freeway to drop cones is immensely dangerous.
Play.
Other ways,
Play.
other vehicles that are stopped.
Back in the night again.
What they do, they turn
Keep
on the green
that,
light,
that, and that.
because that's better than walking.
So I want to make myself some more.
Technology breakthrough we had for this was turn on blinking lights in the truck.
Brilliant.
Are these bad boys?
That's what we do at Aurora.
And that took a loss.
10.
Well, and we've got to we've got a
Confirm,
waiver from
disposable.
now engaged constructively.
5.
Against the
1.
cone people?
Yeah,
Five.
big cone was
Well-
keeping us down. Yeah.
Big cone people, huh?
So there's a rule on the books from
Sell that.
On that one.
yeah on big cone. Yeah, we did too, and ultimately we're kind of
Right,
continuing.
what am I missing? I've got 2 there. Oh,
And it's,
health.
what we see with the
Yes, in
current
case I die. Right, I need some more health stuff.
Secretary Duffy's innovation agenda is pretty well aligned
1,
with
2,
this.
3, 4.
We've seen positive comments from the secretary and
back.
from the vice president about the importance of
Play.
automated trucking.
Confirm.
We've seen legislation
Use
introduced at the federal level by Representative Fong
those.
from California, who's
Oh, wait.
solid American.
Repair.
So
Repair,
we're seeing
repair.
some momentum here.
Okay, back in again.
That's great.
Is that different with Democrats?
Stelamontes.
It depends on
Night raid. Lots of
under the
night
Obama
grinding.
administration, that was when I first started talking with Secretary of Transportation and DOT about this. Very enthusiastic and positive. Under the first Trump administration, enthusiastic and positive. The Biden administration was not focused on this at all.
If you're watching, first and foremost, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So, now universities are one of the few institutions that are structurally designed to think beyond political and market considerations. So, Jonathan, as an academic researcher who talks to lawmakers, policymakers, industry stakeholders,
Right, am I being put in a decent time, or am I going to be put in like super late?
have any role in the
Please be 29 minutes.
private industry and
21 minutes. Okay, not
Definitely, I think
terrible, but not good either. Wires.
areas that
Seed vault. Oh, god damn it. No one likes or cares about the seed vault.
and for kind of arbiters of new technologies and emerging things in the innovation ecosystem. And so I think in that way, they become a kind of a
Trust
one of
me.
the pillars that can advance the innovation in this country and the competition. We see this all the time, actually, and I think one of the, we poke fun at academics for taking forever to write a paper or so on, but there's more and more industry leaders and companies coming to universities and wanting to
Right, see if we can find something remotely useful down here, shall we?
AI advancements in
That's right.
transportation, right?
And I'd say beyond that, I think
no.
what's striking about this is that it's often the leaders who are coming to us. It's almost like those who are ready to prove their technologies work, they're safe.
No.
And I think in a way it's a test. I think the other role that universities can play in this ecosystem is that they can begin to advance the kind of broader societal agenda of the public good.
Yes.
So one real opportunity that exists with autonomous vehicles and trucks is that
Nope.
once one catastrophic thing happens, it should never happen again because the entire vehicle fleet should learn from it. And so the opportunity for something like data pooling for safety critical
Between
incidents
all the companies.
between all the companies, it's not happening right now.
Right.
But universities could form consortia where these data are shared. There's precedent. It happens in the aviation industry already. And everyone can learn from those events.
Right.
How the hell-
Operating autonomously from a safety point of view, airlines are. That's certainly a good comparison.
Yeah. So I think that in that way, I think universities and research can play a critical role. in advancing
Bro,
not only
get up.
the industry. I think that's
Why isn't he grabbing?
the stereotype is that things are moving quickly. Academics and researchers can move rapidly
There.
with them.
With them. So, Chris, right now you have no competition really that I can see it, but at some point, there's going to be other successful
Right, I hear a screaming trash can, so let's be careful.
from China, as you noted. You'll have to compete on price, speed, pressures will be
There it
to cut
is.
costs to get from point A to point B faster.
Hey, watch out for the screaming trash can. It's right over there.
Market share, that's also the way to do it. How do you look at? I mean, there's more competition in the autonomous
No,
vehicle,
no.
the car
Ooh.
space than there is in the truck space. Why is that? And you moved from the car space to
We did. We focused. We were intending to operate cars and vehicles, and we decided to focus on trucks.
Okay, that was weird.
I think it's a better, more impactful market for us to go after, and one where we think we have some unique advantages. How do we think about the kind of the impact of shipping versus safety? I mentioned the company's mission is deliver the benefits of self-driving technology safely, quickly.
Someone's not having fun.
Safely is first for a reason, and it's kind of a decision-making paradigm for us, right? Do it safely, move as quickly as you can, think about scale. For us, when we talk to our customers, the trucking companies, safety is top of mind.
Okay. No, torn book?
If you
No.
want to see something really boring, youtube.com @Aurora we live stream the Aurora Driver every day, right? That kind of transparency.
That guy is just not having a good time right now.
I think the customers who have an experience.
I know.
with us,
Drop.
work with us, we set the standard for what it means to be safe on the road. It's going to be hard to unseat that.
unless there's a catastrophic accident, right, with you in the middle of it.
And again, part of building trust is also to position yourself for forgiveness, right? That by demonstrating that we're doing
what's
these
this?
things the right way, that we've taken the steps, that we engage appropriately with the regulators and policymakers, that we're transparent about this, it's how you get through those moments. And I actually think it's warranted, right? That we are doing something new. There should be scrutiny. We should be held to a standard. And what happens?
What do we have here?
Remember the days, right?
Nothing.
The very first days of the first accident we had at Google with the self-driving car. National news.
Yes.
Right? And then the second one, slightly less visible, national news. At this point, just given the scale of operations, I am sure there's a Waymo crash every day, right? Not because they're bad, not because there's any kind of problem with the system, just because of scale and people on the road.
Well, they had a good one in San Francisco the other day where 3 of them were.
Watch out for the trash can exploding over there.
But that was novel, right?
It's in my book, yeah.
But what happens is people are like, okay, we've scrutinized this, we get it, we understand it, okay,
Yeah.
right?
Chris and I were joking. That just happened to me the other day with some lady who was texting while
Does this guy die?
so it's common for people. But as you said, the last
Yeah,
question,
ooh.
we only have just 2 minutes. Let's fast forward 10 years.
Ah, nice.
Stretch of Interstate 95 here on the East Coast, which is one of the most busy roads. In December of 2035, I probably shouldn't be
Bicycle
driving,
pump,
so I'll be
no.
really old. But
Be driven by some
whatever.
self-driving vehicle,
I'm
yeah.
driving probably. I don't actually like to drive. It's after dark. It's windy and snowy. Driverless freight trucks are all around me. I hate driving around trucks in general, especially on 95. What happens for that to be a totally normal occurrence? What has to happen? Jonathan first, and then Chris.
The safety first has to be
that I don't feel I feel nervous around trucks when I drive now.
And so the paradigm that Chris articulated, the safety first, is going to build trust, and it's going to be demonstrating time and again also the learning that's happening with these vehicles, so that they've been in this situation, they've learned, they know how to operate, they know also how to handle the unpredictability of human drivers. Because I think part of the challenge here is that the mix of road users is going to create
fuck the C-fault.
And so I think you may actually end up driving with more confidence in that circumstance than what you would now.
Oh, I'd like to get all people off the road. That's my goal. But I wrote a column in the New York Times where I said, owning a car will be as quaint as owning a horse. So, which I didn't think would happen. But so you think safety is the critical thing, that people feel safe. What about you, Chris? Final word.
I think that's it, right? I think as a company, we need to continue to execute. We're doing a great job of that today, but we need to continue to put safety first. And I think you will be safer on the road, right? In those situations, I joke that, what a person does is they drive down the road and they can't see anything, so they drive at freeway speed.
Chips.
Driving, there's nothing there. And the self-driving truck is going to go, oh, geez, that's a blizzard. I can only see so far. I'm going to slow down, right? And that will enable the roadways to be safer. And you'll avoid these 100-car pileups that you have in snowstorms today, because it just won't happen, because these vehicles are controlling their speed appropriate for the conditions in a way that people are too impatient and too self-confident to really do themselves.
So when will they be on 95?
Certainly before 10 years from now.
Before 10 years from now.
Look, gotta drop something.
All over the country.
We expect to be driving, like I said, across the Sun Belt next year, and then we'll start to work up through the country. People make a big deal about snow. It's not that big a deal. When you're building an engineering system, you want to kind of find the parts that you can get done and get that out and start get out and benefit from it. And then you add little bits here and there, and we've done that over the course of this year, driving from just day
the lobby
to in January, day, night, and in the rain.
We will meet you in the lobby.
Where's the worst place that you're like, oh, I better not go there?
I have seen those crazy internet videos of traffic in India. I think we're going to be a little ways off from that.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Chris Urmson and Jonathan.
God damn it.
The show is produced by Christian Castro-Russell, Michelle Eloy, Megan Burney, and Kaylin Lynch.
64, 63, 64.
Special thanks to Catherine Barner and Madeline LaPlante Doobie. Aaliyah Jackson engineered this episode, and our theme music is by Trackademics. If you're already following the show, you get a free traffic cone. If not, you'll be stuck watching the Aurora YouTube live stream all day. Thanks for watching. See you on Thursday.
Where's the bus?
There's a real risk for Labour here on the back of this by-election.
Labour's vote absolutely collapsed. Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, now finds himself with net popularity ratings of minus.
We'll do it afterwards. Fuck it. In the meantime, let's just get out of here.
But the collapse of his ratings is unprecedented and totally disproportionate. There's something deeper going on that is anti-politics.
We ended up with something that now looks like a five-party system and a two-party system.
Hello.
You cannot take the left of you for granted.
They have to be big, they have to break the manifesto, and they have to have a positive story.
From the New York Times.
What's worth listening to?
This is The Daily.
Asian Dad Energy?
The construction of a massive factory in Arizona was supposed to embody the Trump administration's ability to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. Instead, as my colleague Peter Goodman found out,
yay!
Provided companies
Lots of money.
With literally 18,000 reasons to think twice about building in America.
Sell.
It's
Sell.
Monday, December 22nd.
Sell. Recycle.
Peter.
Going to the box. Sell.
Delighted.
What's recycle down to? Yeah. Sell.
To start this conversation, if you can describe
Sell.
this factory that you recently visited
Sell.
to us.
Yeah, sure.
Sell.
About 9:20 in the morning on Friday, and I'm just arriving.
I mean, there's this
Processor.
giant,
Sell.
mostly empty desert valley.
Really?
In the extreme north of Phoenix.
Got 25 of those things.
Emptiness.
I'm standing on a gravel road, looking at cactuses,
So.
various desert scrub,
So.
flowing out over the horizons. That this is all going to get filled up with housing and offices.
So this factory, I've seen a lot of factories in my day.
You sure have.
Is on a scale.
Recycle that down too. Okay. Fry motherboard cycle.
We're talking.
I don't think I've ever seen anything what you use to can be made with that. Hornet drive. Recycle that go down to those two. Sell.
With a bunch of smokestacks visible on top, you can see at least a dozen cranes. You can hear the roar.
Medium shield. Is this into a medium shield? Massive shield.
Coming out of the top of one of these buildings.
Rotary encoder. I don't know what that does.
And there are.
It looks useful though, so I'm tempted to keep it.
In Shanghai.
Um.
In the height of the construction boom.
Spring cushion. Sell.
When Dubai was under.
Water pump. Sell.
And then to the west of there, there's a ton of cranes. Just counting real. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I'm running out. I've counted 15 of them. And
He's running out already. Jesus.
to the west. That could be.
These are the only places where I've seen these numbers of cranes, numbers of construction people wandering about, and that feeling of like you're present there for a moment when things are really changing in a deep way in that place.
Just beyond, I see heavy equipment on the move. I see diggers that are moving soil around. There's a whole wall of
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Oh, hey, how are you guys? Hey, how you doing? Not bad. Just grinding over Christmas, basically.
And looking at this factory under construction evokes that sense as well.
I've been doing the night raid on Stellamontes, just leveling my character up. I've almost got almost to 1 million credits, so I'm pretty happy about that. Right, where do you guys want to go to? What's your thinking here?
I don't know.
What
looking,
does
know.
it represent? This
Get more money.
gargantuan, crane-filled
All right.
Factoryville.
It represents a moment when a consensus
kind of map you
broke
want?
out
Maybe we
in
can
the
keep-
American political system, in the business world.
Maybe you need
that
some.
globalization. This
I don't need anything specific. My exhibition's almost finished, so at the moment I'm just like, I'm just trying to find expensive stuff to sell. That's my goal right now.
It matters where we make them. And one of those things is computer chips.
got a
We
key,
need to have our
for
own
Stone
stock
Mountain.
of computer chips.
I
We
think
need
it's
to
like
make them at
one of-
home in the event of
Okay.
war.
I mean, I've got a key for the dam, and oh, that's one thing I could use. Do you know those turrets that are like stuck to roofs, stuck to ceilings?
iPhone in your hand.
I need to find a bunch of those. But apart from that, I'm up for anything.
Intelligence work. They're going into our cars. They're going into our
spiders or
appliances.
something?
I mean, it's pretty hard to
No, not the spiders. They're like a sentinel turret.
have some kind of
Oh,
computer
gosh,
chip.
gotcha.
So it would seem like a very
You see it at the dam sometimes.
overdue thing
Outside?
to
You
have
mean
such a
outside
factory
ones
building
or
those chips
inside?
right here.
I think they're mostly outside.
It's a big deal. I mean, it is the most
Gotcha.
palpable
Yep.
manifestation of this, really, I think you can say, national aspiration
Натурально
to
нужно потом
build
сделать.
things in America again. But there are some complications. This company that's building these factories is not American. It's Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corp, TSMC as it's known. It is a Taiwanese company. It is a very successful Taiwanese company. But it's also been an excruciating pain for TSMC to get this thing built with American subsidies, with a whole political process designed to bring this about. It's still been slow, expensive, and difficult. And so it really raises the question, is this a triumph? Is this the template for how we can do this going
Okay,
forward? Or is this the cautionary tale?
Sometimes
Are we in a good spot? Oh, not too bad. Okay, yeah, let's go.
This all the ways in which it suggests a potential future, or perhaps the impracticality of that future?
Look, you have to go back to the pandemic, which was the great reveal that it's not such a great idea to concentrate nearly all of the production of vital things in single countries.
Right.
So, waking up and discovering that you really can't make a ventilator in the middle of a pandemic unless you import stuff from China.
Where the pandemic was at its worst.
Where the pandemic began, a country that not incidentally we decided to have a trade war with.
Yeah, watch out.
Not a great way to reliably get the stuff you need. And computer chips, the most advanced ones, are made overwhelmingly in Taiwan. Taiwan is, of course, a self-governing island that is claimed as part of Chinese territory by the People's Republic of China, its government in Beijing, which means that, there is the not zero risk that on any given day, the Chinese military can show up and take over. And that could be an enormous disruption to the computer chip supply.
Right, and in a sense, the pandemic was a potential theoretical foretaste of what it would be like if all of a sudden China were to invade Taiwan, because it showed us what.
Oh man, there's no turret.
Supply chains get cut off. Suddenly, we have to grapple with the idea that maybe all those computer chips can't ever get out of Taiwan.
And we have to think about resilience. We need the way to think of it is we need some insurance. It's not that globalization is bad. It's that globalization without insurance against the risks that are an inevitable part of life, that's not so good.
And what does that insurance actually look like?
It looks like the government saying we're going to have to play a direct role in making sure.
And then once that was a bunch of stuff here I can get.
In the United States, and that's going to require subsidies. So along comes the Biden administration, and the Biden administration breaks from generations of free trade dogma, this idea that we just let the market sort out what gets built and where, and they say efficiency only takes us so far. The government's going to have to play a role in making sure that certain things, like computer chips, are built in the United States. And this becomes the Chips and Science Act, this landmark piece of legislation that's got tens of billions of dollars in subsidies given to companies that build computer chip factories in the United States. One of those companies, Taiwan Semiconductor, actually participates in the writing of this bill. And that company, TSMC, ends up with a $6 billion plus grant to then build this complex of factories in Phoenix. At the end of the day, when it's all built, they'll be making roughly a third of all the advanced chips they make worldwide right there.
It's a really, really big deal given just how much of that
You good?
work was concentrated in Taiwan.
It's a very big
People coming? Okay.
very big deal for TSMC. It's a very big deal for the United States, and it's certainly a very big deal for the local economy in Phoenix, which is, traditionally been very tied to the boom and bust cycle of real estate. And now we're talking about thousands of jobs in construction to build this, thousands more
Downstairs.
to eventually make the chips themselves. And then there's all sorts of, associated services, lawyers, insurance companies, caterers, truck drivers, warehouses.
Right, a state would in theory kill for this kind of economic activity.
Any state would kill for this kind of economic activity. That's right. So on the day of the groundbreaking, this is December 2022, you've got the Republican governor of the state of Arizona, you've got members of the Senate, you have union representatives, university presidents.
Any idea where they are?
Well, I tell you what, you're starting off in the right place. This is going to be an incredible asset to the state of Arizona.
And finally, Joe Biden, the Democratic president, shows up leading the parade in celebration of this enormous triumph in economic development.
Gov, you and I are different sides, but we see and share the same vision as Arizona.
Yeah, they're in the lobby.
Literally a hub for technical change.
Oh, I'm hearing something behind us.
The president is associating his administration with reclaiming the future.
And I know our host won't mind my pointing out that America invented the chip.
He's delighted to be talking about what a huge deal this is for the rejuvenation of American manufacturing and in something that's forward-looking. This is building an American future.
Yeah, just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Technology that the U.S. actually pioneered.
And you're here because you're seeing what we're all seeing. American manufacturing is back, folks. American manufacturing is back.
And I know, because you said so at the beginning of our conversation, Peter, that this story's about to take a complicated twist. But so far, it really does feel worth saying that this is a fable of what's possible in an American system that's not known for getting
One of them's dead. I'm guessing there are two teams.
any kind done.
You could hear the firework when one of them got killed.
Real-life manifestation of what this enormous economy, full of talented, skilled people,
And political system.
political system that doesn't always help bring about the most fruitful outcomes.
I'm not
But
seeing
we
them
got
out
a lot of
there.
money, we got a lot of know-how, and if we can get it all working right, this is what we can produce. And yet, by the time I got out to Phoenix, about 3 years after the groundbreaking, it was still a marker of incredible triumph, but alongside the triumph was a sense that, wow, what a pain it's been to get this constructed, and that the whole complex had become symbolic, not just of what we can achieve, but also the many ways in which American governance can get in the way of our visions.
We'll be right back. So, Peter, after all of this promise and achievement in the story, what starts to go wrong with the construction of this set of factories after the groundbreaking?
Well, from the beginning, it's clear that Taiwan Semiconductor, this very successful company that's managed to make and run huge factories in Taiwan, is dealing with
Trying to think of where next to go.
one that's accustomed to. And, you know, at home in Taiwan, they're building factories in these dedicated science parks where there's one central authority.
But it sounds like most of the action is downstairs if you want to get into a fight, but depends how much stuff you've got. I've got 53,000 credits worth of stuff, so...
About what they want to see, what they want to live next to. Well, in Phoenix, they're dealing with the county, they're dealing with the municipal government, there are state and federal environmental regulations, and so there are literally thousands of permits that they have to get. Thousands, where it would have been one in Taiwan, and this is all new to TSMC, and even if an American company were trying to do this, it would be new to them because we, it turns out, don't have regulations governing this particular industry.
Do we go downstairs?
County and the municipal level.
There's no code on page 25 of the local zoning manual that says when building a chip factory here in the desert, this is the lighting system.
Correct. So TSMC actually has to write 18,000 rules that they then have to comply with while they're trying to figure out, like, well, let's see, you've got this federally administered clean air program, but it's the county we actually have to deal with.
Looks clean.
And they have to write the language. 18,000 rules cost them $35 million.
Just to write the rules.
Just to write the rules, it turns out.
And just to be clear, when we say that this company is writing these rules, they're helping write rules that will then be drafted, adopted by local government.
Correct. But this is like the frontier, right? So they actually have to get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, I just self-mix. I'm good.
There was a supplier that makes air separation.
Oh, fuck. Bro. Survive, 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 survive.
And just to move a mound of dirt.
There's two raiders, bro. Oh, you're out. Oh, we're all out. Fuck.
Я не видел, я просто вот ты одного завалил, он сразу другого одного. Все.
Many headaches.
Right. Then they
Damn it.
Я не
aren't
знаю.
enough people with the right sorts of skills
Я
to
одного
build
добивал
one of these
пока.
plants. These plants have to be built.
There were 2 teams in there.
Specificity. I mean, it's,
Yes,
you know, it's kind of an
two teams
industrial
here, right?
magic trick.
Yeah, there were 2 teams in there.
And it involves, you know, beaming light
Да,
onto
вот раз,
tiny pieces
да,
of silicon.
раз, два,
It's sort of
три,
like a
четыре,
photographic
пять, шесть.
negative. We're talking about fractions of a thousandth of a percent of the width of a human hair. Things have to be just so. And in Taiwan, there are thousands of people who've come through an apprentice system, who've actually participated.
I tell you what, though.
The last time
I tell you what.
completed
A Stitcher that's maxed out is fucking amazing. It's one of the best guns I've had.
So we just simply don't have
Stitch?
the
Yeah, if you get a Stitcher, yeah, and you fully upgrade it, and then you make sure it has like a muzzle and an armrest, it's like amazing for taking out other raiders.
and those are places in
Oh
these
yeah,
So how
that's
does
what
the
I
company
use right
do it?
now.
they start
Yeah, yeah.
bringing in specialized workers from Taiwan, which immediately causes, you know, major animosity with local
Маршевать,
unions. And the
говорит.
local unions say, well, hold on a second, if the federal government's writing a check for $6+ billion,
These should be American jobs.
we should be getting the job. And TSMC says, you will be getting thousands of jobs, but to get this thing off and running right now, we got to go find some people who know how to install this specialized, highly advanced equipment that goes into these plants. So they bring in people to do this. So eventually the unions win some promises that TSMC will hire a certain number of workers and peace reigns with the unions. But meanwhile, there's a lawsuit filed by a bunch of American workers who accuse TSMC of discriminating against American workers, treating them like they're lazy and incompetent. They accuse the Taiwanese managers of speaking in Chinese as a way of excluding the American workers from participating.
Which is probably not quite the case. They're probably speaking Chinese.
Damn it, can I not
at
make
least
duct tape?
Chinese.
I mean, that's the language that they can speak most efficiently. So, I mean, this was certainly something that I heard from Taiwanese Americans who are living in Phoenix, that, you know, it's hardly an act of discrimination that, you know, someone who's under the gun to deliver on a complicated project that costs billions of dollars, with the mothership breathing down their neck to deliver, they're going to want to speak to people in their native language.
Да, я же
So on top of all the tensions about rules, there are these cultural tensions being revealed between an international company trying to do this hard thing
Я не
and a
видел.
group of local American workers who are chafing at all that represents.
TSMC is a highly successful company in its own system, but now it's navigating a
Я
different
одного
system,
ебашил,
and
который тебя
there's
его
a
ебанул.
different set of expectations for
Потом
workers. I mean,
второй,
in
типа,
Taiwan,
доби-
TSMC
ебанул,
operates in a
потом
kind of
второй,
paternalistic fashion, where
Ну, одного
we'll
я
take care
убил.
of you, you'll be very
Я
well
пизданул.
paid, we'll get involved in
Это вот
housing
всё.
if need be. But when we need you in the middle of the night, when something goes wrong at that factory, we really don't care what you're up to. You got to be over there pronto. And that's understood. People work very long hours. Construction crews work what we would call overtime without logging as such. The American worker is operating in a system where we don't have the same sort of faith in
новость,
our
или
employers.
truck новость,
We don't
или
have the
что-то так.
same sense of social obligation. And so the American worker comes at this from a much more contractual, hey, you know, I'm supposed to be off at 5 kind of standpoint.
me.
And you call me on the weekend, I'm home with my kids, maybe I can't make it. And so this creates all sorts of misunderstandings, bad feeling from the American standpoint. They're dealing with this domineering, you know, control-oriented.
Sorry, just a sec. Just putting everything together.
They're dealing with workers who aren't fully in it for the team and aren't working as hard as the people they're bringing in from Taiwan.
And of course, we haven't even gotten to the idea that there are neighbors to this vast complex who no doubt, because this is the United States, have some questions and concerns.
Right. So I spent time
What's that, sorry?
at a plant that's being built by one of TSMC's suppliers. It's a company called Amcor. They do
Patria.
what's
An
called,
ancillary building nearby.
it's a so-called packaging plant. They take the chips that are made and they configure them to fit into your iPhone or your car or whatever. Well, they end up in this right in the middle of a planned mixed-use community. That's supposed to mean, you know, retail, maybe some offices, walkable homes. There are golf courses around. And neighbors learn that there's this factory planned. It's going to interfere with their views.
Okay.
Quiet. They're worried about water. They're worried about tractor trailers coming through the area. And the local city, they offer these assurances that the factory's only going to be so high. It's not going to be that big. And then meanwhile, because of the stunning demand for AI chips, suddenly it's going to be twice as high. It's going to be 4 times the footprint. And eventually these homeowners mass together and they successfully kill this plant, or at least they force Amcor to go move to a different site. And I think this is a moment worth unpacking. That on the one hand, if we're really serious about having computer chips made in the United States, we need a plant like Amcor's. On the other hand, these homeowners didn't sign up for some sort of national crusade to advance American manufacturing. Most of these people are retirees. They just want a peaceful place to live and enjoy watching the sunset and play golf, right? So it's worth coming back to this point that in Taiwan, these two groups would be separated by vast distances. It's uniquely in the American system, and some people would call these guys NIMBYs.
Oh my God.
It's absurd that government didn't plan this better so that there is no collision of interest. A bunch of retirees who want to look at cactuses should be able to do that at the same time that we're figuring out where else in this giant state of Arizona could there be a piece of land big enough to have this factory.
In the course of reporting on all of these disputes and tensions,
Just waiting patiently.
where you found your sympathies lying? Is it with a
I got a banana?
that says, look, we're just trying to fulfill America's pledge to have insurance against the worst case scenarios. We're just trying to build a factory in the U.S. that makes sure you have
How long?
chips. We have access to our clients. Did you find yourself instead more drawn?
Oh, an hour? Oh, okay.
American folks who said, wait a minute, these should be American jobs, or we did not sign up for this building in our community.
Well, I think part of the complexity of this is that pretty much everybody at the table has a reasonable argument to make. We live in a democracy. People who buy homes in a planned community expecting that maybe a Starbucks will pop up and not a factory should have a say over what gets built in their midst. And in a place where
You almost good to go?
Yeah, almost.
Worried about shortages of water, and there's already great battles over who gets access to the Colorado River and the depletion of the watershed areas. There should be a process to figure out, what are the impacts. And a lot of these permits are permits under programs that represent triumphs of American democracy. We have advanced workplace safety. We have advanced environmental protection. It's just that this bureaucracy has now grown up around some of these laws.
Ah, spaceport harvester, huh?
These knotty land use questions, and I think one can be sympathetic to the argument that we have to think seriously about our national security.
You said you had a key for that?
And that's going to require a government role, but that's got to be done in a thoughtful, deliberative way. And we got a lot of catch up to do.
Harvester. My bad. Of course, yeah. Okay. Well, fun times. Let's go.
Of all to emerge from this reporting you did, which is, did all of the rigmarole involved in getting this project complete, did it make this a template for the reestablishment of manufacturing in the United States at a massive scale? Or does it loom?
Hopefully we don't get wiped out by some goddamn rats. That suck.
That would send
But
similar
fuck it.
and perhaps those not getting
Fuck it. That's how it goes.
check from the U.S. government running in the other direction.
Yeah, it's a great question. I would say, kids, don't try this at home. I mean, in all seriousness, we are tempted to look at this and say, of course, at the beginning, it's going to be messy, it's going to be tricky. We'll get better at this.
This is the messy beginning.
Yeah, it's the messy beginning, and that we'll look back.
Here we go.
And say, yeah, that was tough, but boy, we really got through that. We really got something. And
It was totally worth it.
But, let's remember, Taiwan Semiconductor is now promising to invest $165 billion. There aren't a lot of companies that can throw around that sort of money. This is a highly successful company. It is, by any measure, the global industry leader. And
I have not brought my best gear. I've brought some average ass gear, but I think we'll be good.
There's reason to think that that's so, but this is certainly not something where just any other company in any other place could come along and summon out of nowhere.
Right, and if it's this hard for the most successful maker of computer chips in the world, how hard will it be, ... for anybody else?
Correct.
Well, that's the big question, because in that particular circumstance, you had both Taiwan, who is the #1 maker in the world, and the United States, who is the #1 designer in the world, unable to get something worked out without serious political issues. And that's a problem.
So,
because if you can't work it out, you're kind of screwed.
Is going to send the signal to investors and other companies around the globe that, hey, the U.S. is open for business. Come build a factory. It's going to be awesome. This is not that story.
Nope.
This is a story that says it's possible, and if the government writes you a check and gives you concierge service, which is what TSMC has gotten, then maybe everything comes together and makes it possible. But this is not the thing that will convince anyone that it's going to be really easy to build a factory.
Yeah, watch out for other teams. We're going as a group, so chances are that they're going to start shooting at us.
Essentially, to build a plant in the United States, there's a good chance.
If you go on your own, it's different, but if you go as a group, they don't give a fuck. They'll fight you.
Somewhere else to put our next factory.
Peter, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
We'll be right back.
Okay, we're getting close.
Here's what else you need. On Sunday,
Yeah,
the
let's
Trump
go.
administration defended its decision
Inside,
to
they're gonna
remove
shoot from
more
the
than
tower.
a dozen photos related to Jeffrey Epstein from a government website just hours after thousands of files had been released to the public on Friday evening. The official, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, said that the photos, including one featuring President Trump, had been removed to address complaints from Epstein's victims, not to protect President Trump.
Redacting information about President Trump, individuals involved with Mr. Epstein, and that narrative, which is not
Over the weekend, the United States Coast Guard stopped and boarded a tanker carrying Venezuelan oil. Its second such interception.
Yeah, watch out for the Rocketeer.
The Coast Guard is currently pursuing yet another tanker linked to
Oh,
Venezuela,
shit.
whose crew had refused to let American guardsmen board the vessel.
Yep, careful.
All part of a growing pressure campaign against the Venezuelan leader, Nicolas Maduro, that has
You
increasingly
got a wolf pack?
focused on oil.
Okay, well, it's up to you, bro. You got to fire at the Queen or the Rocketeer? The Rocketeer. Wait. Raiders, I see them.
And Mary Wilson, with help
I got a
from
deadline.
Trump and
And right here, and see
by
go
Mark
inside.
George, with help from Devin
See right here, right there.
contains music by Alyssa Moxley, Alicia Itu, Pat McCusker, and Dan Powell, and engineered by Alyssa Moxley. That's it. I'm Mike Barbara. See you.
Right, one down.
Not
New
yet.
York Times. I'm Natalie Kim. This is the date.
President Trump pushing ahead with sweeping plans to
President Trump
There you go.
Yeah.
And there she goes.
Many of President most controversial policies, there's been one company, Palantir.
The core mission of our company always is to make the West, especially America, the strongest in the world, as long as ever been.
According to Palantir's CEO,
Да,
the
он
company
сделал,
exists
чувак,
to
сегодня.
defend Western interests. But to its critics,
Some worry that Palantir could give the government sweeping
Генератор ебаный.
futuristic surveillance capabilities.
Palantir is enabling the administration
Вот здесь ставит заходит, там, значит,
Are you guys firing at other raiders as well?
described himself
Whoa.
as a lifelong Democrat.
Yeah, she does that.
Became a champion of President Trump. Palantir's political transformation shaped one of the most secretive companies in the world, and the impact that transformation could have on Americans.
Ooh. No.
Palantir is here to disrupt
Damn.
and make the institutions we
Yep.
partner
A lot of
with
fire.
the best in the world. And when it's necessary to scare our enemies, on occasion kill them.
It's Tuesday, December 16th. Michael, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Just published this book called The Philosopher in the Valley about Palantir and the
Куда она
In
открывает?
the process of working, I spent a lot of time carving inside this company that is playing a very unique role in the second Trump administration. So I can't think of anyone better to ask. What exactly is Palantir?
First, I should say that it's a quite secret. Intelligence services, the military, so there's a lot of stuff they do that they can't talk about, that you can't know about. The work is also technological.
It's worth pointing out, all we're doing is making it easier for the people going into the harvester to get into the harvester.
About large organizations that
Yep.
data. Palantir software pulls in all the data, merges it, and then finds patterns, trends, connections in that data. Stuff that might elude.
I see the raiders right there.
One very powerful.
Shit.
Palantir's software is the backbone for the AI-driven targeting program, and this was used extensively in the first months
I got a deadline.
to help the Ukrainians
I need a-
withstand the Russian assault.
Wait, we need to go now? Alright.
Data was being pulled in by the U.S. military, along with intercepted
I don't know.
Russian communications, and the U.S. military was able to say to the Ukrainians, okay,
Там далеко,
here's
если
there's
нет
troop
сюда, там
formation,
в
there's
здании.
a general here. If you fire a missile at these coordinates, you might be very happy with the results. And Palantir's technology was instrumental to this and played a very significant role in enabling
Там
this
идет.
Is Green still in there?
initial Russian assault.
So that example of the war in Ukraine obviously shows the
I don't know how
value
I
of
gonna
this
put a deadline
software,
on this.
but
Damn.
this is a company that
Move, she's coming, go, 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 go.
explain that part.
Now it talks a lot of concern. Many people
Shit!
company in the world. Part of this is some of the clients that has
Door. Thank you.
testing services. It's used extensively by law
That's
enforcement.
enough of that. Thank you very much.
Information is flowing through Palantir's pipeline. And the company is also at the center of issues that have dominated the headlines.
Shit.
And AI.
Can you just go
Fuck that.
deeper on one of those examples? Like, how has it been
Up.
at the center?
Ah! I'm dead. Oh. Yeah, I'm down here. I got trapped inside when the grenade went off.
I'm coming.
Identify and facilitate deportations. And what has people particularly concerned
Oh shit.
and Palantir appears to be at the center of this. So Palantir sees itself as a force for economic growth. That even
And we're out again, huh?
Кидай гранату им нахуй сюда. Кидай гранату, брат, вниз. Кидай здесь.
Is that it again? Oh,
Не поднимается.
that's good.
Второй поднимается.
And who
Не,
gets to
не
use
допрыгивают, не
Palantir
допрыгивают.
software
Сука,
and for what
да
purpose
нет,
is
они,
decided by
блядь, меня
one
нокнули.
person, the company's
Так.
CEO, Alex Karp.
А, гранату
Tell me
кинули?
about Alex.
Да.
Who is he?
Alex Karp is maybe the most
Costing me a lot.
global business scene. He and I first started talking in 2019. We had a couple conversations that year, including one at
Failed.
a home that he owns in Vermont. So you just found this place.
Что дедлайн? Ты доставал с кармана.
It's To say the home was off the grid would be an understatement.
I'm happy with it.
I like it, and I mean, you've got privacy.
А ты блок часа не кидал?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no, my neighbors, I don't know if you saw the neighbors, they're
like with a farmer to the left here.
Yeah.
We had a conversation over lunch, but it's difficult for
One more-
Kurt to sit still. And as soon as we were
One more
finished,
time.
Why don't we go for a walk?
One more. All right.
took a long hike. We were trailed by 2 of his bodyguards.
Got the bodyguards with us again.
And 2 more bodyguards remained in the parking lot.
If my phone's around somewhere,
Slide further. No.
Someone is listening.
definitively.
So, a foreign intelligence agency.
Absolutely. It would be irresponsible for them not to listen to my phone call.
So the conversation.
He's very security conscious, and for a good reason. He's running a company that works with the CIA and other clandestine services, that is a major defense contractor.
Do you worry about your personal safety?
Absolutely.
You do. Yeah.
I'd be insane not to.
Yeah.
I mean, when they got me the bodyguards, I thought I was insane. But now it's prescient because historically we've gotten lots of threats from like far right neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's like people who hate us
Yeah.
come in many different stripes.
Yeah.
And he's had a very unusual path to this role.
And what is that path?
He's a Philly kid. He grew up in Philadelphia. He grew up in a very left-wing household. His father is a Jewish pediatrician. His mother is black and an artist. He's biracial, Jewish, and also severely dyslexic.
Yeah, it's like I have this weirdly structured brain. The motor is just structured differently.
Yeah, you think differently. And Sharp and his brother,
Who is this guy they're talking about?
spent a lot of time going to
You know what? Doesn't matter.
anti-nuclear protest.
From the New York Times, I'm Natalie Kitrow. This is The Daily. Over the weekend, there were 2 deadly shootings on opposite sides of the globe. In Australia, at least 15 people were killed on Sunday when 2 gunmen fired on a crowd that was celebrating the start of Hanukkah on a beach in Sydney.
This is a targeted attack on Jewish Australians on the first day of Hanukkah, which should be a day of joy.
The authorities described the shooting as an act of terrorism and said it was carried out by a father and son.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And
It was the latest in a series of
I need
anti-Semitic
duct tape.
attacks across Australia. And in the hours after Saturday's shooting,
есть
several Jewish leaders said their warnings about escalating violence had been ignored. Among the victims was a Holocaust survivor who died shielding his wife from gunfire, and a rabbi who organized the event. Meanwhile,
today is a day that the city of Providence and the state of Rhode Island prayed would never come.
in Providence, Rhode Island, a gunman burst into a classroom at Brown University on Saturday and started shooting, killing 2 people and injuring 9. Police are still searching for the suspect. The shooting contained a particularly American wrinkle. For at least 2 Brown students, it was their second school shooting.
It's surreal, you know, already having...
Jesus, their second?
This is the second time.
Back in 2019,
Oh, man.
Mia Tretta was shot in her stomach by a school shooter when she
All
was
right.
a freshman in high school in Santa Clarita, California. On Saturday night, Tretta, now a junior at Brown, was studying in her dorm room when she learned that the same thing was happening all over again.
I got a
This
lot
time
of
at her
ammo.
college.
But we got what felt like hundreds of texts saying that there is an active shooter. Stay inside, stay where you are, run, hide, fight.
As Tretta told my
Yeah, if you're going in for the harvester, if you're going in playing like as a single player, then going into the tower makes sense because there's usually a bunch of you up there. If you're doing it as a group, everyone's going for everyone's going for like inside the harvester to get the stuff, and they're all shooting each other downstairs. So all that you're doing is distracting the matriarch from the harvester to make their life easier.
That's all we know for now about both of these
Harvester, I got you.
We'll keep you
Yeah.
posted as we
If it's matriarch only, then it's cool. But with the harvester, everyone's going for the harvester. It's where all the cool loot is.
Okay, let's do it like that, like you said.
Today,
Okay, let's try like that.
Or unless you want to be more rats, in which case, let's just try and go for other teams. Because let's be fair, that's what the fun is.
and try to win back voters with their own vision. We look back at why former President Biden let the border get so out of control in the first place, and how he underestimated Just how
I
much
don't know
the
exactly what
problem
we
would
need
come
to do
define
inside
his
the harvester.
presidency.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's I know what to do. Don't worry about that. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it's already empty and raided. So don't be surprised if there's nothing in there.
Probably I got a mine.
It's Monday, December 15th.
I got some granates. I can put it on everywhere so they cannot get in. When they get in, they can get some
You've spent
damage.
much of this fall taking a
Sure, we'll see how it goes.
at what many consider to be one of the Biden administration's biggest failures,
Yeah.
its immigration
Good luck.
policy. Under Biden, immigration at the border surged to record numbers. Many say it costs Democrats the election.
Yeah, let's not die within the. Let's get out this time.
That we're in the middle of right now. I want to just start by asking, why look back on that policy in this moment, a year after Biden left office?
So this moment looks a whole lot like 2020, right? You've got President Trump in the White House enacting really aggressive strategies in terms of arrests and deportations of migrants. You've got really, really strong anger from Democrats and others in response to those policies. And you've got Democrats as a party.
This harvester mission is going to be an absolute joke.
That's exactly what was happening.
We're too late. All the main stuff's going to be taken, but who knows?
And then deciding after winning,
Maybe we could do some rat stuff. We're in a team. That's the whole point, right?
same pressures by charting a really aggressively counter campaign, being the anti-Trump. And we saw, with the benefit of hindsight, what the result was.
Yeah.
Huge surge in border encounters, massive shift in public opinion against Democrats, and ultimately Donald Trump returning to the White House again on a campaign against migrants and an open border. So I think the question of why did things go so badly and what did Democrats learn is actually really relevant right now, and it's very timely because
Okay, watch out for other teams.
what does the party stand for and what do Americans want for the border and immigration remains fundamentally unresolved. That's why I went back and spent months with this question of why did Biden and his close aides make the decisions they did.
Yeah.
And what I found was surprisingly,
See them?
a lot of those mistakes and blowback was preordained. And
Iris is going to look epic or it's going to look terrible. I haven't quite worked out which one.
Preordained.
You hear them?
Somebody killed this.
So back in December of 2020, you're now approaching the height of
it's
the
not we,
campaign.
somebody
Joe Biden
else.
is seeking the presidency on a platform of being much more welcoming towards immigrants. As this is happening, I learned some of his advisors began circulating a memo with a really this memo, he said that combined with everything else that's going on, the pent-up demand for migration under Trump, the economic devastation from COVID, on top of that, Biden's own promises and his more welcoming tone.
I'm just paying attention to what the Queen's doing. Because she's going to be firing where other people are firing.
And reading that language today, it's
Watch where she's shooting, because that's where people will be.
that memo said, at the U.S. border, a potential surge could create chaos and humanitarian crisis, overwhelm processing capacities, and impale the agenda of the new administration. These warnings did not go over well with Biden's campaign team, but these advisors...
Okay, if you want to get in there... Okay, I see other people. I see them. Right, Raiders right there. They've put up a wall. If you want to risk it, we have to run down there to get in, though.
Ignoring those.
Or we wait for them to get out, and we take them.
And shoot from here.
Very early on. Even
Look right
before
here.
Biden,
If somebody.
There were advisors who wrote this memo, who eventually carried out this brief warning about the perils of immediately doing everything he said he would during the campaign.
Okay, that was a trap they put for other raiders trying to get in. So she set it off.
The why is epic, right? The first part of the why is politics. It's worth remembering what the
Well, we can broken this shit.
2020.
We can broken this shit.
Black Lives Matter. This was a moment in American history, real belief, especially with Democrats, that there was a racial reckoning over there. And it seems
Over here, there. Where I'm pointing.
I see. Shot.
decide they would get a little more aggressive.
Fuck.
Все, ёбнули?
The interim line, the staffing choices in the Biden administration.
Another one here.
Reflected this
Watch out, the Queen's coming for you.
politically sound
Go ahead.
and morally necessary to focus on how to help
Chris, get in.
asylum seekers and not focus as much on
So that's the pressure.
Да он не бачит сейчас.
But what does Biden himself think of this issue?
one of the really strong,
Oh, here it comes. Move, 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 move.
more than 30 people who
Oh shit.
is that none of them felt like they really understood what Biden's own views were. In fact, they were sure he had strong
I suggest you move, guys.
One was he didn't want to see
Yeah.
kids held in these
If you start staring at you, you have to move.
He didn't want to see anything like what Trump had done in terms of forcing migrants to remain in Mexico while they were waiting for their claim to be heard. But beyond that, one of the strongest criticisms I heard was that Biden, as president, did not set sort of a broad picture.
Oh, fuck. Okay, she's going around.
I see the raiders right here.
One person told me that Biden's body language changed. You could tell he was uncomfortable when he was talking about migration.
Fascinating. Like, he was physically uncomfortable talking about it. But it sounds like to the extent that he was
Okay, she's turning away from us.
have sympathy for the side that believes there's a moral imperative to reversing the signature pieces of Trump's immigration crackdown. And we know that once
They're all down there. That's the place to be. You have to get in that thing there.
describe that. Describe what happened.
Yeah, Joe Biden, the first day he was in the White House,
Они могли
made
убежать
good
с той стороны, братан.
during the campaign.
Не, я внутри, братан, только что одного видел.
Okay, I'm gonna go down there, alright? You guys, see what you can flush out.
Dramatically reduce the scope of arrests inside the country.
Да, его
Migrants
плохо, он очень страшно.
ended or tried to end what they call hate remain in Mexico policy, forcing migrants to
We can't help you, man.
Yeah. I'm going in.
public health
Oh, shit.
for COVID. And he announced
Всё, НАТО первым,
put a
всё
halt
сделал,
on
нахуй.
deportations for 100 days.
Right, and what followed from signaling a more welcoming stance toward migrants was, in fact, a huge surge at the border.
Right, they're all in here. They're all in here. So you open it up and get ready with grenades or something.
Ты приготовил гранаты, братан?
You could look at this as the first of a series of major miscalculations that the Biden team made on immigration.
Что-то, значит, кто-то другой пришел, да, он учил.
Right, cover me. Get back.
Хорош. Еще есть кто-то?
Okay, the lightning only hurts your shield. It doesn't damage your health. Just watch it.
It could never get that bad. And sure enough, by March,
Fuck. Get out, bro. Get out. Ah, damn.
Shit.
Yeah, it's tough. Bye, guys. I'm burning.
Just how bad it is. What's Biden's response to the chaos?
Biden and his team were focused on responding to the immediate crisis.
Yeah, the way it basically. Hang on, can you hear me? Well, killed by a kettle. A kettle? Of all things to get killed by, a goddamn kettle. Okay, yeah. The way it works is, when you get inside of it, there are two attacks. There's an electric one, and that takes out your shield, and the fire one takes out your health. But when you're going in as teams, it's next to impossible because you're constantly getting hit.
I have to ask, who is driving the car on this? If it's not Biden, then who's making the call?
Enough of that.
One of the themes from my reporting was nobody was driving the bus. Over and over again, people
Right, if you've got time, I'm thinking a quick Stillamontes.
for the policy decision-making paralysis was there
thinking super quick Stelamontes, just go in there and just kill as many people as you can.
responsibility to figure out
A bit less complicated.
policy on the border and immigration. In the absence of that, you had different factions that had different views. You had people inside the White House who came from the world of immigration advocacy, generally more favorable to migrants and asylum seekers. You had people who came to this.
I am burning through my stuff right now. It is obscene.
And they couldn't agree. And above all of that, you had this inner circle around the president that really thought, you know what, there's no win here. We're not going to get points for talking about this. Let's just not talk about it.
Weapons. There.
I remember I was covering
Great.
these issues at the time from Mexico City, and it was stark how the White House didn't want to speak to this, as you said. But everyone else, regular people, were talking about it. I mean, they were concerned about what was going on.
Yeah, and look, to the degree that there was a logic here, I'm told that the logic was, if we just don't talk about it, maybe it'll resolve on its own. And the first time I heard that from someone who'd been involved in these conversations, I thought, that's
Stupid.
crazy. But there was some...
It's stupid, is what it was.
Because that had happened in the past. Border surges in 2014, when Biden was vice president in the Obama administration. Surges under the first Trump administration. The border numbers had eventually subsided, and public attention had moved on, and they hoped the same would happen again, but they were wrong. These numbers did not fade. Instead, the surge kept on getting...
I need more chemicals. Damn it.
Okay, so the White House wants to be silent on this. They don't want to touch the issue. Remind us, what's the reaction among Americans, among regular people, to the waves of migrants that are now coming in?
Yeah, the polling data shows a real shift. And that shift goes in the opposite direction. It shows that more Americans are becoming worried about illegal immigration, and the support for migrants is falling, seemingly in response to this perception of chaos at the border. And now, you would think that that polling data would be a red flag, but it wasn't, because of still more political miscalculations.
Okay, I'm ready.
The people around Biden were worried that if they got more aggressive on the border on enforcement, they risked alienating Latino voters, who were an important part of the coalition that brought Biden to the White House. And beyond that, they figured that other American voters just wouldn't care that much. They thought that unless you live in a border state, this wouldn't be a real priority for you. And sure enough,
They thought it wouldn't be an issue and no one would care. That's what happened.
Texas found a way to make it a problem for the rest of the country. In April of 2022, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas figures out how to blow up.
I will say, when I work in teams, I do die a lot more often.
Starting a campaign to actually bus migrants from Texas to Washington, D.C., and effectively say to Biden and the Democrats, you cannot ignore this. We will.
Okay, here we go. Right, just, call people out as you see them and take them out.
Describe this campaign, Chris, led by Governor Abbott, to bring this problem directly to Democrats' doorsteps and, as you said, make it impossible to ignore. Remind us how that all played out.
Oh, yeah.
The campaign started with one bus. In April of 2022, there was a bus that arrived from Texas to Washington, D.C. It pulled up near the U.S. Capitol, and we know from data we got from a public records request that that bus was carrying 12 Venezuelans, 4 Colombians, 4 Cubans, and 4 Nicaraguans. And it was the start.
Oh, we're near the seed vault. God damn it.
Tens of
It's
thousands
like the worst place.
from Texas moved by bus over months and years to New York, and Washington, Philadelphia, Chicago, Los Angeles, eventually Denver. And the result was really remarkable. You had all of a sudden mayors and governors in democratically held areas saying, whoa, this is a problem for us. This is a problem financially. We've got to pay to find hotel rooms and shelters for these people. We've got
Get up!
Christ. On the streets publicly, the Biden White House is saying, come on, this is a stunt. You're using migrants as props. This is despicable. That was the public response. But internally, this campaign by Abbott was described to me as a turning point where people who worked...
It's quiet.
...began to think, you know what, we have lost this debate. This is the moment at which people are going to turn on us. And it pushed the White House to at least say, okay, well, we can't do nothing. What are we going to do?
And what do they do now that they finally started to wake up to this?
Yeah, so in this year, 2023, the third year of the president, his administration tried two big swings to reduce the sense of chaos at the border. One of them was a program to sort of take people from a handful of countries, Cuba, Nicaragua, Haiti, Venezuela, that has made up a big share of border crossers, and say, you know what? Instead of rushing the border, we'll just let you in. We'll have a program that's formal, you can apply, you can pass a background check, and you can fly into the country. That'll reduce pressure at the border. That was their first idea. And then second, they said, people who want to cross the border still, okay, here's an app, CBP1, and you have to wait and make an appointment. Both those programs were intended to control the flow and reduce the sense of chaos. But by the one metric that mattered most, which was border encounters, none of this worked.
Okay, just getting some points.
From that final few months of 2023 are incredible.
Central Corridor.
The border crossings at this point tripled since Biden took office. They were reaching a quarter of a million people per month, just totally without any kind of precedent. And that's when the Biden administration finally...
If we get down here and across to the side, we can get into the main lobby.
And much more aggressive.
And what does that look like, getting more serious and more aggressive?
It's a few things. First of all, they decided to get on board with Senate talks that had begun a few months earlier, trying to look for a bipartisan deal to give the White House authority to effectively close the border to asylum applications.
Loading bays this way.
At the very end of December, senior Biden officials flew down to Mexico City to meet with their Mexican counterparts and deliver a really tough message to Mexico, saying, we need you to close your own southern border.
Right,
because
I remember that.
That's the only way we're going to reduce the number of people getting to the U.S. border. And that worked. The Mexicans took action and in response to that pressure, really aggressively cracked down on their own border. And you see that in the numbers in January.
It's so weird. I'm not seeing anyone.
Biden's last year in office. Those numbers had fallen, but not nearly enough. They were still facing much higher crossings than when Biden first came to office. And this is where the pressure gets even more intense. Because in February of 2024, that border bill that was moved to the Senate collapses when President Trump, then candidate Trump, tells Republicans to vote against it. So all of a sudden, Biden faces a real dilemma. And the election is less than a year away. That's when they begin looking at what you think of as the...
Okay, I can hear the Bastion. I can't hear anyone else, though.
Using the power that Biden had unilaterally of his own authority to effectively close the border to asylum applications.
Okay, I hear some people shooting.
In June of that year. And the thing that was amazing was it basically worked. The numbers plummeted almost right away. And so from a policy perspective, it basically solved the problem.
Yeah, Chris, help me understand this.
That's the medical bay down there.
I have this question now. Why?
Watch out for exploding trash cans.
Executive action to do this.
You ask 20 people, you get 20 answers, right? One answer that I got was they just didn't believe it was right. This was not in keeping with...
Oh, someone's in here. Someone's in here.
Migrants, they wanted to respect the law. They couldn't do it and wouldn't until they felt they had to.
Keeping that behind.
They wanted to give Congress every possible chance to do this on their own, and only when it was crystal clear Congress wouldn't do it. Only then.
Yep, I'm ready.
Himself. Whatever it was, I think in they waited too long to get any meaningful.
Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work?
Yeah, there's two ways of thinking about why.
I hear two things. I hear two.
One running.
Right. At this point, you're 5 months away from Election Day.
1, 2.
2.5 years.
Вот здесь кидает, вот здесь.
So that idea, that perception that Biden and Democrats favor open borders is really cemented by this point. But the other element is you have to go out and say, look what we did.
Oh, there's Freed knocked out. Okay, knocked 3 out. I suggest you recharge yourself, guys. Close the door.
They're losing. And so they decided not to focus on it. Even at the end, once they'd effectively solved the problem, that inherent foundational skittishness remained.
Okay, that's a basic loadout, so don't worry about that.
It is
2 more.
of regulations on it. Obviously, it led to country, but there is this potentially deeper, longer-lasting impact.
Come on here, my baby.
That you point to in your reporting, which
You
is
got him? You got him? You good? You good? You good? All clear?
Yeah.
to this rightward shift in the American public's views of immigration. Can
Sorry,
you
boss.
describe that for me and
Just playing the game.
just help me understand how durable you think that shift is?
The honest answer, of course, is no one knows how durable that shift is. There is polling data that has come in since Donald Trump came back to the White House showing that some of the intense unease about immigration
This guy was fully kitted. He had a Toronto and everything.
has softened a bit, and those numbers have receded to sort of the pre-Biden levels. But what that doesn't account for is anecdotally and based on conversations with people who work on this, there seems to be a real sense of lingering.
Okay, well, if you're good, do you want to head out or not? Because that was quite a successful run.
Yeah.
The sense that people remain collectively a little bit scarred.
I'm heavy
by what
now.
They saw when
You'll have to pick what to get rid of, bro.
The question you're pushing on is, are Democrats going to swing
2 minutes if you can make it.
to more permissive immigration policies now that there is a backlash against Trump? Or are they going to look back at what Biden did and say, look, these are mistakes that we don't want to repeat? And
It's down.
talk to these folks. Do you have any clarity on that?
I see no evidence from the reporting I did that Democrats have.
What's
answered
up
that
in the
question.
push?
I don't.
Okay, careful here, Bill. Actually, 2 minutes. We may have to go to the lobby. It's 2 minutes of this one. If there's people there, we're not going to get through.
Democrats face is actually the same thing facing Republicans, which
Okay, that frightened me.
being squeezed between two extremes, right? We know that
We could make it. We could make it, though. We have to be quick, though, if you're going to come.
can work at reducing border crossings, and it can satisfy some portion of Americans, but there's a real pushback, right? It sure seems like many American voters are uneasy about the severity of this.
What you're thinking, guys? You've gone quiet.
As we saw in the last 4 years, a lot of Americans are uneasy
we can go.
with
I
the
don't
perception
know where.
of open borders.
Well, no. I was going to say, I know the way out, but you have to be quick. But it closes in 90 seconds, so you have to rush.
But even if they can figure out what that is from a policy perspective, can they get American voters to accept it? And maybe the room for new ideas, something closer to a more welcoming approach, is for the foreseeable future.
Actually, wait. No, this way.
Anger from the.
I don't think we'll make it, so, you know, if we don't make this one, we can use the other one.
Is that people's willingness to give immigrants the benefit of the doubt, or even give Democrats the benefit of the doubt, is at least.
Oh, crap. Hang on. No, wait. My bad. I'm an idiot. My bad.
We need to go down.
Yeah, we need to go down, and it's this side. But there is a, there are wires. There's a...
Right here.
Thank you.
No, you're not going to make it. It closes in like 10 seconds. You're not going to make it.
We'll be right back.
We'll have to go by the lobby. We'll have to head to the lobby to get out, guys.
Yeah.
Here's what else you need to know today. Syrian and American officials confirmed that a gunman who killed 2 U.S. Army soldiers and an American interpreter on Saturday was a member of Syria's security forces who was set to be dismissed for his extremist views. The attack, which officials said was carried out by ISIS, claimed the first U.S. casualties in Syria since the country's strongman leader, Bashar al-Assad, was ousted from
Over
power
here.
a year ago. President Trump has vowed to retaliate. Today's episode was produced by Mary Wilson, Nina Feldman, Jessica Chung, Asta Chaturvedi.
Oh god damn it! We need the. Where's the battery? Where's the battery?
It was edited by MJ Davis Lynn and Patricia Willens. Contains music by Dan Powell, Pat McCusker, Alicia Itu, and Marion Lozano, and was engineered by Chris Wood. That's it for the Daily. I'm Natalie Kitroet. See you tomorrow.
This invasion was actually a military.
Oh, it's being paid for.
In Texas for a House seat. Our friend Michael Wood was.
Okay, quiet, quiet, quiet.
And then Elsie was more like the establishment person, and then there were some more MAGA people. Elsie apparently was sending his text to his grandmother, like asking for $10 so that they can get their
That way.
checks.
That side there.
A scam, obviously.
And then down the stairs.
He's from Texas and she's from Iowa, and so trying to help his grandparents understand what was happening in the scam. And his uncle talking to him about being Fuentes. And it's
You get it?
It's just a reflection about how, like, you know, it's not one of these stories about how we have a family food fight over the holidays, but it's about how it's kind of sad.
That's what a lovely piece. Elsley thing, just 2 quick points.
It's down these stairs here. But take a second to heal in case there's a rat down there.
$10 a month recurring thing, which is one way these scams really do work. Owsley was a kind of normie Republican. He wasn't as normal as Michael Wood, my judgment. But I think maybe the reason I got dragged into this, I'd give it Owsley.
All right.
$50 or something.
Watch out for people camping down there.
I googled it this morning to refresh my memory. Yeah, you had done him in 2018.
When there were still a few people one hope.
We've got 12 minutes, so it's not a rush. Just don't get killed.
And that was kind of his posture in the primary.
It's down this side here.
Yes. And then he ran again as a more Trumpy candidate.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna rush down, hit the button. I want you guys to keep an eye out to see if there's anyone tries to get me, and you'll know where they are. Okay?
Okay.
There we go.
I aim to be used in inter-Republican primary fights. But then now, Elsley, who I'm sure if I talk to him in private, is I'm sure he's okay on things. It isn't crazy, but I mean, the fundraising is the worst of it. They all go for these, generic fundraisers, and MAGA fundraisers is the way to go, I guess. So, but still, it is a good. It's a nice little. Not nice. It's a kind of horrible.
What?
Everything has been normalized in a Trumpy, grifty, scammy direction, right?
Train's coming, guys. If you want to get in position, now's the time.
And then I thought the other thing is, Andrew, as you say, the family's gotten along. They talk about politics politely and stuff, and they still did apparently this Christmas dinner. But I think the degree to which Andrew, who's such a nice guy, was kind of horrified, or just so disheartened by the deception and the sort of damage that's being done to his family members, really, by Trumpism.
Okay, well, 1 success out of 3 isn't too bad, or out of 4 isn't too bad.
Oh, good. Asking about like younger, nephews or whatever, cousins that are like into Nick Fuentes now or into white nationalism. And just you can just see the way that things are.
That was pretty good, though.
It's the one thing. We enjoy the food fight, watching the MAGA food fight, the TPUSA, the Ben Shapiro versus Tucker. I get there's a little bit of a popcorn element to it, which I get. But also,
That was pretty solid, though. We managed to take out 2 teams.
In the best case scenario, a post-Trump right is something where like things pivot back. I just like there are all these.
Well, I'm gonna drop my stuff off and probably go back in if you're up for it. I don't know. It's up to you.
Influencers and content creators, to how you get attention, to like all these incentives.
Okay, no worries. Okay, well, I might do it by myself, and then when you guys are good, just let me know.
We have a year now of experience of Trump being the nominee, the president-elect, and then the president, and everything has gotten so much worse. That is the position that we now are sort of semi-rooting for because it's not entirely crazy, anti-Semitic, and bigoted and insanely conspiracist, is still pretty bad by traditional standards, and is being held down by people who've gone along with pretty terrible policies and other conspiracies and other bigotries, but they're a little better than Nick Fuentes. It wouldn't have been crazy to say that as president, the thing will get moderated a little. He has to govern. I suppose one could have even argued in 2017-18 there was a little bit of that, right? I mean, it is very striking how much everything has gone in the other direction, I think, in the last year.
Well, I was going to end with that, but let's just do it at the start, then we'll get to the news. What, like, where are you at, like, just like thinking about the last year? Because I am kind of two minds about it. Like, on the one hand, I'm feeling better than I was about the ability to beat back Trump, I think, than I was probably when we sat here at New Year's last year. A pretty dark time to put your head back into. I think there's probably crying on the podcast with that, the New Year's podcast last year. So on the one hand, he looks weaker. Personally, I think his movement looks weaker. On the other hand, the perniciousness of what is happening on the right does not seem to be abating in any way. And AI is just coming, right? Like these sort of scams and grifts that are happening right now are happening kind of using more traditional methods, right? Like the ability to do that on supercharged ways is coming right around the corner. He's got 3 more years left where he's going to be deteriorating. They've done a lot of damage already, particularly kind of on the immigration front and the role in the world institutionally. So I don't know. I'm kind of two minds about what I think about where we sit now versus a year ago, but I'm wondering what you think.
Really
Okay.
two minds. It's just two realities, which is he's weaker than he was. The public has been resistant, maybe a little more than one might have expected, to a lot of what both the policies and the way he's done things. And that's good. I mean, it makes it less likely that ultimately he and more likely they lose one or both houses of Congress.
It is Christmas. I might go to the ship and get a couple of beers. I'm not sure.
On the other hand, the damage that he's done is
I will be doing Dry January. I always do Dry Jan. Dry January and Sober October.
And so these two trends are kind of both correct. They're not mutually. At some point, they hit each other, and they can go along together in a way. In parallel, you might almost say, for a while. He doesn't have to. He can keep radicalizing, and the damage can keep getting bigger if Congress doesn't choose to check him, at least for the next year.
It's a weird camera angle. What's that about?
I guess for me, the swing vote, as it were, between his decreasing popularity and the increasing damage is maybe the elites. As the public, I think, is in the right direction. I wouldn't be surprised if his numbers go down a little further. If he's gone from, 50 to, what do you think, 41, 42 maybe? I mean, he was never going to lose in 1 year that much more than
medical research.
15% of his support. That's kind of a lot, you know. And great if he could lose another 5 or 8% of his 50% next year. I mean, I think that part has been sort of encouraging. I feel like the elites, in a way, are the
Whoa, crazy.
Are they going to start to leave him? That's where the 3 years is such a big problem. The executive is so powerful. There's such incentives to get along with him. If, to the degree that he keeps radicalizing, the elites are more inclined to go along, not less. Because this company for 3 years, and what am I going to do? Well, you can tell me he's only at 41%, but does that change the fact that I'm not going to get these contracts if I don't do X, or go along, or that I can't opportunistically?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. The system kind of goes, you fucked up, you're going in with these guys, and you have to sort of fight for your life.
Will be interesting on this front.
Good luck.
And then Trump himself, like, does he have it in him to fight? Like, does he have the will and the desire to want to fight in the same way as he has? And right, like the January 6th, like that element was driven by, the fact that he couldn't accept losing, and he had to stay in power, and he couldn't take this indignity, and the fact that he's aging, and does he feel like he doesn't need to just go? And obviously he's challenging courts and norms in a million ways, but like the degree to which he decides he wants to use those bruised hands to grasp onto power, I think, is also
those bruised hands, huh? That's the way of putting it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, among others too, there's so many surprises that could come and stuff. But I would say, just on that point, such an important one. But I mean, he's now got a movement, though, that desperately wants to hold on to power. I mean, he's got hundreds of people who benefited so much from this administration, both benefited just in terms of their careers, and they loved being in high office, but also, obviously, the more direct grift and so forth. And they think they can afford to lose. That's what gets me most worried. In January 6th, it was him, some of the true believers, but there were a heck of a lot of people in there who were like, come on, this is ridiculous. We can't do this, including the Vice President of the United States, for example, and other important figures. I don't know. I think now their attitude would be much more, we cannot afford to be out of power here for the next 2 or 4 years. Even. So that's where
it doesn't work without him, though. It doesn't work without him. I don't know. I was noticed the pictures from the weekend from the Zelensky thing, which I want to get to.
Is the Bastion gone?
The bruise is expanded to the left hand.
I guess it is.
Yeah, the bruise is expanded to the left hand. He's got now the makeup on both hands, and so the hand shaking excuse. Right. You know, which I don't think any of us really thought in the first place, but I do think it bears mentioning that the idea that he just shakes so many hands that his hand gets bruised, that seems to be not what's happening.
What is the bruise? Have you looked into this? I haven't really at all. I mean, it could be some medical.
You already got the Bastion, huh?
I don't know if intravenous is the right word even, but you know what I mean.
Okay, well, I guess I was late for that one.
Every week or something like that, which could be for all kinds of things. Some of them non-dramatic, so to speak, and others more dramatic. I don't know. I just haven't followed it.
I mean, I'm not a doctor. I have a lot of doctors in my life, and you know, it's not good about your circulation.
I don't think dead people can have a attacks.
Passed, so I don't know. You know, it's not a sign of health. I'll tell you that much, Bill.
Okay, that's right.
One more thing on the year. I was reading the Semaphore does this thing where they ask you what they're wrong about. Over the last year, you hate to hand it to Steve Bannon ever, but there's an interesting answer from Bannon that ties into their deteriorating popularity and how, like, the damage that they've done to the deteriorating popularity. And he pointed to Doge. He's basically well, the fact that nobody saw this at the top, right? Which was we wasted all this time. I did a state mission. They were going to save $2 trillion. Instead, like, we wasted all this political capital on doing that, and now what you and I would describe as the damage caused by Doge, probably different than what Bannon would describe as the damage caused by Doge, right? But there was like direct damage caused to people, various communities. People lost jobs, and obviously there's an international element to it. And they did it and got nothing, because that's also something that on, I think, December 29th of last year we wouldn't have expected. That was coming. Like, that, the damage done by Doge exceeded what we expected, because we just didn't really. That was like on our predictions list. That they were going to let Elon Musk run roughshod over Doge and like put 22-year-old like Freudverse in charge of USAID.
All aboard!
They did that. I think it ends up being very harmful on it.
Maybe for 2 reasons. He wasn't there. 2005, looking at Bush, where that remember he decided not having spoken about it at all in the election. In January of 2005, his big priority in the second term was going to be Social Security for private accounts and Social Security. Which
terrible.
Laid the groundwork for it all, which people didn't expect. They didn't quite see the urgency of. Suddenly it emerges as the priority for a second term. There are a lot of other things that were important.
Okay.
And I think, I remember at the time talking to people in the administration and close to it, Republican Politico types, and they told me, and I think they were right. It's both.
Recycle.
They lost the debate over it pretty quickly, and it collapsed by 3-4 months, even though they had a Republican Congress. But also that people don't remember that much, you know. But they don't really think if they elect you or re-elect you, and Trump's kind of a re-election, they kind of think you should, I don't know, do what you said you would do somewhat. And so
okay, let's make some more ammo and jump straight back in.
If you're a conservative true believer and cutting the federal government,
what metal parts. Okay.
This in addition to all the Trump stuff, you know, we get a culture war and we get a massive assault on the government. But I think voters, so I think it was partly the
alloy
effects were unpleasant. Partly the surprise of it was just, well, what's going on? And the surprise of it fit into something that I think Sarah's found through increasingly during the year for focus groups, which is a kind of, wait, he was supposed to be watching out for us. And it's, I think the sort of normal liberal critique of don't the Trump voters understand that he's not helping them, that's sort of half true. There'd be forgiveness if you were trying to help them or seemed to be trying to help them or faking trying to help them. And it just hadn't happened yet. You can get by some time and people will give you some benefit of the doubt. These policies are hard.
What else to watch? How to solve the climate crisis? Do I really care?
it for 4 months. Then he decided he wanted to rename everything, so he's doing that for the next 4 months. You know, I feel like it sort of fits in with the notion that he's forgotten.
Abbott and Preach. Okay, we admit it, we're wrong. What's this all about?
So Lady Kirk asked a question to Nicki Minaj, and boy, the cringe ensued. Can you please?
The cringe ensued, huh?
It's okay. You know what? At the end of the day, I have more time to drink. Unfortunately, my bottle's empty, so now you got a problem. Yeah, we got other alcohol? What we got? Okay.
By the way, if you're watching, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Let's do it, guys. You know what? It's a New Year's stream. I'm going to let the jokes fly. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about Erica. I have theories.
Okay, here we go.
But some of my theories.
Same place as before? Goddamn, same place as before. Every time. It's always in here.
Candace Owens, an Egyptian. If you thought what I said was crazy, you have to understand Candace has been wild. It's fascinating to watch. I don't even like Candace, and I be tuning into streams like, what's this crazy? Okay, I don't know if this is even plausible, but I'm gonna tune in every night and donate.
She got that drama these days.
Drama, like honestly, she's like mixing in facts with like nonsense and real shit. Like it's really fun to watch. It's like it's like
medical research.
YouTube political assassination is fascinating. And like you can hate on Candace if you want. It's entertaining. I be
Hey there, how are you?
This is fucking fire. So shout out to her. Someone said, "Yo, Candace just really wanted to fuck Carly." So like somebody leaked some of the love letters that they send each other or whatever. Like this. I feel like an alien. I'm an alien too. I was planning.
And what do you think about for young men?
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes. See, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing, and you have amazing role models like
Pause. Put it on me. Right now. I'm just say something, okay? I don't like Trump. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him. Alright? I can say some good things about Trump. Motherfucker's funny. He's funny as fuck.
He's charismatic.
I can say he orange. I like orange. I can never say that motherfucker handsome, especially close to 80.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can call Trump. You could never call him handsome. No, sorry. When he was younger, maybe. If I'm being honest, maybe. When he was a lot younger. But now, no.
He's charismatic.
And that's not politics. That's just, as far as I'm concerned, it's a statement of fact.
Handsome. My theory is that Nicki
Gas mask.
I mean, she didn't. No, she's not about to commit a crime.
She about to release a new album?
Her husband already did.
What if she releases a country album? That's what she makes started for.
Right.
Howdy. Hit that.
Must be in a loading bay. Oh.
JD Vance, our vice president.
The hell's that?
No, you got it. What? Yeah. Play.
You see, well,
And a loading bay.
Hey, play.
Go ahead.
Role models like the assassin JD Vance, our vice president.
Yeah, I'm good. I was looking to see if anyone was fighting the Bastion to try help out and get some stuff.
Trust me, there's nothing you want to sell.
I'm saying sometimes you get lucky and you can get some loot.
Pause. Okay. Guys, I want y'all to level me right now.
Oh, that was amazing. I want to play it again.
I think what was even weirder.
Oh,
Is her reaction. Yeah. I'm sorry if my husband, my wife was really
44,000.
I'm sure that everyone under the sun dropping conspiracies. That's what she's up to. About how he died, who killed him, and everything affecting my family. There's no way I'm just. No, especially that fresh. The reason why is because if you just move past it too fast, you almost normalize it. Let's just take a second. Think of everyone you love and you most. Think of those first. Yeah. Now imagine the whole world dropping every conspiracy. Every conspiracy on that shit. Saying all kinds of foul things.
Oh, fuck. Shh, son of a bitch, of all the fucking timing. All the fucking timing.
It's fucking up your reputation. You laugh. Either she's the most thick-skinned, strong woman.
Fuck me.
Or I just don't think she really liked it. I think it's one of them marriages that's convenient, and once he dies, she's like, shit, not only do I get rid of this loser, I get his assets, and I get to be in the limelight, I get to be a celebrity. I might be vice president if J.D. Vance let me hump on him because he needs to get rid of that Indian wife if you want to get them white voters, you know what I'm saying?
Right, let's go away for a second. All the fucking things that deflect the goddamn wall, it was that thing. Alright.
I want to see the melt.
I want y'all to
Sorry, just annoying little shitty things running around. No, I'm good.
And when I say that,
More people were fighting. I got real surprised. I thought there was people fighting, and I wanted to be part of it. That's the energy I got from that one. I'm sure he's a sweet guy. I'm not knocking him as a person. Just that's the vibe I got.
Yeah, you know what you did.
Oh, fuck you again.
Truly, I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back.
You know what? Fuck it.
This is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing.
Over here, bitch.
We got permission to be clipped.
Charlie really does.
A lot of people who get married like this who have a lot of these marriages, they don't happen the way person, y'all date, maybe you fuck on the side, maybe you don't, if that's your value. But like a lot of this is prearranged because
Right, it's Bastion time. to get down a level. So where's the fucking thing to go down? Nope. Is it the other side? I think it's the other side, actually. There it is. Up. Up.
Let's listen to this person. Now, of course, take everything this woman says with a grain of salt. She has blue hair. You know what that means. Credible. If you're listening.
For 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
Well done, guys.
And here he is posting you guys on his public page saying, yes, we're that couple who gets painting lessons together. Again, this is a year before he started dating.
Looks like I joined a bit late. Well done.
Yeah. I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to
Oh, the Megatron thing? Yeah, the Magnetron just randomly drops. There's no specific place. You just have to keep looking for it. Sorry. Yeah, trust me. It sucks. You just have to. It's one. You just find it. That's all you have to do. Just keep looking.
I mean, I was just considering I wanted the feeling I was considering myself lucky as fuck.
You know what I'm cringing for? Charlie, because he's not here right now.
Yeah, I know it's so bad.
I was trying to find a guy who would that
Yeah, I know.
You know, I want to change the
Okay, you revived them. Yeah, I revived. Thank God. We couldn't be one like that.
Be someone she wasn't as far as
This is the first time I come into Lamont and I don't get tried.
Yeah, same.
I have a question, actually. I've got a question. Is it really true that if you're, like, not an asshole, you get put in better servers? Or is that just, like, a rumor that's going around?
No, because she got married to this man, she got all the benefits, all the money, shit. Now she got a little bit of life.
Well, speaking of which...
In those white boy frat houses. Have you seen her dating history, bro? I'm just saying, bro. She knows.
You want to
Yeah. If you play a little Boosie for her, she knows. I'm just telling you guys what it looks like to me. And I mean, I'm not someone.
But I say that was like, I'm streaming this. I am 100% cutting that.
As I was saying it, this guy
got over it, and it's happy with the life she's living. That's what it is.
And I looked down at all you guys.
Even the biggest fans got it.
Do I use this one? Oh, shit. I guess not.
Oh!
I guess
There's a
not.
lot of people in marriages right now who
Teabag him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nothing. Doesn't even have anything.
So I don't even think
That's some Brazos shit right there.
this is true for so many people. So many people are unhappy marriages right now.
We're really not going to the route that you was thinking. We're really just going on the route that
Just saying, if I had experience,
I think the conspiracies will cease. But the real more human, the real more human experience.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Married
5.
folks they don't really love.
Okay, we're 7.
And when they're gone, they get to live the life they really wanted to. But divorce.
Well, I just sent you.
Reset's the coolest.
And look, I'm not saying I'm right.
See, I mean, the only thing
we all
that
just
I hate
pontificate.
about the research
It could have been the bees. It could have
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
This is also possible.
Yeah.
This is a lot of hard work and luck, quite frankly. Especially when they change like the rules so it doesn't drop as often.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a very human experience.
Okay, guys. Nice knowing you.
But it's only because it's happening on camera. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who lost their partners.
Oh, I sent people friend requests in case you're on here a lot. I know I am. Oh, watch out for the exploding trash can down here.
And so that means there's people who are not divorcing.
Oh, it's already been taken out. Okay. It's a shredder, but I call it the exploding. Oh, no. Move. I call it the exploding trash can.
And I got rid of the fucking dead weight. Yo, tell me my theory don't make sense. I just okay.
Got it. It's down.
What you were worried about how it would look if they got divorced. How it would how it would affect their reputation. Okay. Now think of those exact same people and imagine them in a scenario where their partner passed.
Everyone good?
Well, would they feel relief?
Yeah, I think I got a key. Yeah, I got a key. Do I?
What's
yeah,
it?
I got a key. Hatch key.
Oh, okay.
Well, the things, I hate to say this, but the train's just down there. Like, the train's literally this way. So, I don't know why you'd waste the hatch key. Nah, still got like 8 minutes or something.
If there's any jumpers here,
No, it's clear.
Yeah.
Go back. Look at that smile. Can you zoom in? Can we zoom in on that smile?
Right, careful.
No. I know it's negative. But zoom in on that smile. You can't fake happiness.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
When she talks about Charlie, she never even smiles happy. In all her photos with Charlie, she never even smiles happy. Look how she's looking at this white boy frat house that she gets to twerk on and pop her pussy.
Let's go.
Sorry, guys, but this is the custom.
Energy today, so I'm not holding nothing back.
You about to call everybody.
Okay? That smile's what you want to see from a woman when you meet her, when you spend time with her. That's how she's looking at them. And I just want to say, when she talks about Charlie, or when she's in photos with Charlie, she never looks like that.
I really do like her, and I'm excited to get to know her a little bit more.
Erica? Hello? Just want to understand how you so confidently lied to our faces when this footage was on national television. And you know the footage is out there. The pictures of your boyfriends that you dated are still published online. And you know that, yet you still lie like this.
Stop.
Wait, isn't Cabot Phillips your boyfriend? Why is he now the speaker of Turning Point USA?
What? What? What?
You have made Abafogi speechless.
My friend, this is a sickness of the highest order. This man has decided to be gay. If I was married to Erica, I wish I would have been gay.
Huh? That's fucking great. This is a sickness of the highest order.
So her ex is she got a job at Turning Point through her ex. Hey, one thing I like about white people is the expression "yai."
Go to the gym party. Okay, screw it.
God damn, that shit's
Rank, huh?
Yeah.
Chiveg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, let's humanize her for a second. Now.
Oh, you know what? I need a be right back thing. Do I want to go to the shop? Do I want to go to the shop? That's the question. Do I want to be invited to the party?
You lean on your circle. And
Oh.
you lean on those who see you through hard times, those who are hard, and you have them help you.
Hey guys, I gotta be honest. I'm just about to run to the shop, so could I try again in like 20 minutes or something?
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
An ex being available is hot. A widow.
Okay, we are going to the shop. Screw it.
You just hitting that shit, you be like, shit, your dead boy.
You know, yeah, I'll cancel. I'm gonna stop the stream. What I need is a be right back thing, but I don't have one. So I'll stop the stream and then I'll resume later on, maybe a bit later on tonight, maybe like after 9 p.m. or something like that. So I'll give myself like an hour just to chill because I've been doing this like all day long. Okay, cool. Right, catch you guys later. Bye, 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 bye.